Masters. Our second season is really heating up because today is our last qualifier of the regular portion of our season. The third and final one, the last chance to get points, and boy, is this field wide open. We do have 3 spots that are secured, but a lot of teams today vying for that fourth and final position in the playoffs. My name's Woody, and it's my pleasure to be joined today for this $20,000 prize pool multi-week event by Carbon Finn. How are you doing, Carbon?
I'm doing fantastic. Like you mentioned, we're going to be finding who's going to be getting that playoff spot to be joining the top teams. But this is the third qualifier with the last chance qualifier next week to make the playoffs. But let's take a look at the format of the Clash Masters and how it all broke down. So there is 4 weeks of competition. We've already had the previous 2. This is week number 3. There's 3 match days each time. This is the final 4 where the teams are narrowed down, and what these players are playing for is the points, and you win points coming in first, second, third, and fourth place there, and then you can eventually work your way all the way to the playoffs, which will be in 2 weeks time. But incredible stuff. But Woody, these players have been playing for quite a while, several weeks now, and there is 20,000, so much money on the line with the 20, thing with no, well, not 20, well, 20,000 total, but look at this. First place gets $5,000 from the playoffs, and that's what they're fighting for. You get $1,500 for first place in each qualifier.
Right, you are, Carbon. A lot of money up for grabs, and even just today, look at that. First place is going to get $1,500. Second will get $750, and both of our semifinalists earn $350. All the teams that competed yesterday and dropped out got $250. But yeah, that playoffs round in a couple of weeks with $10,000 up for grabs on that day alone really makes competing for points ever more important. Now, in addition to the money that they're going to be earning, they're also earning points for that qualification. So let's go over that a little bit and take a look at the teams that still remain in the bracket. Space Station and QSFN are going to face off first in the semifinals. They've already both earned their spot in the playoffs, but they can contend for a more favorable seeding. On the other side, though, it is extremely important for NY Amazing and Carnage Gaming both to advance now. If NY Amazing advances, they will get that fourth and final spot. But if Carnage Gaming advances, they could be the 4th team if they take it all here with first place.
Absolutely. Like you mentioned, Carnage Gaming needs to win first place in order to make the playoffs. And NY Amazing, they just have to win 1 war out of the 2 that they potentially be playing here today. We're getting in this first match, Space Station versus QSFN. And we have a great one on our hands. Graticus starting off with that P.E.K.K.A. smash. He does have that golem in the mix, but using the Screen Warden walk at the very top side of the space, dropping the balloon onto the mortar. Oh, does not go down to the top left, so could invest another archer to try to take that down, but luckily the Builder Hut is just outside the range, so it won't be healing that mortar up there. But now rages this warden up to help grab the town hall. There's the earthquake, but the one builder from behind is actually going to start repairing this town hall.
Bad news here. Never want to let a builder get a sneaky shot off. That really forces Graticus to put some firepower in there fast. That poor Grand Warden's having the time of his life, but a rage spell is going to be barely enough to keep him alive. Well done there, but that was really a tricky play and might have forced out an extra rage that Graticus had not planned on using. Now, this is going to be a super heavy entry with a golem out in front for the P.E.K.K.A. smash. A little bit of soaking for these Seeking Air Mines potentially with these balloons coming out. Not catching them quite yet, though. Air Bomb does trigger on those healers. Not too much to deal with, but with an Eagle Artillery on the very far side, any splash damage could be deadly, Carbon.
Yeah, here comes the Howlers just popping there, but the Warden ability goes off protecting these super wizards. They're making their way straight through the single target inferno. We do have a double multi towards the backside near all of the defending royal champions. The king still has ability moving his way through, but these super wizards, at least these healers have transferred off to try to help protect him a little bit more, and even the golem is providing a little bit of tanking. Here comes the Hogs out of the siege barracks finally, but a Tesla farm pops over this Eagle artillery compartment. Baby Dragon up top, but he's got no heal spell for these Hogs. Has 2 freezes, uses one finally, and only 1 invisibility spell left.
We see a double jump in that core, and that really means that Garrenicus is relying heavily on reuniting these forces. The Queen and Grand Warden need to get back together with the rest along the bottom side, but the Royal Champion kind of alone down there now. Already tossed her shield off. I think that this army is just losing a bit too much early on, especially with a scatter shot on the final compartment to try to take down. It looks like Garrenicus is going to have to be satisfied with just a 2-star, but pushing that percentage higher and higher as he can. He's got a long queen walk, but so much time has been spent already, and with her now going down, just a wizard to try to grab a few more percentage on the outer edge.
Yeah, unfortunately, the earthquake didn't hit both of the builder HUDs, so one of them started repairing the town hall, and it required a second rage spell to be used for that warden walk, and he wanted to use that rage for the core of the base where the super wizards and P.E.K.K.A.s were making their push through and just did not have that momentum. So the first attack is a defense for QSFN.
Yeah, good news there for QSFN, a team that is going to have to try to summit over a top space station, a squad that is ahead of them on points and seemed to be doing really, really well yesterday with an entry that was just stunning. 13 stars against alternate attacks, the World Championship squad. And so for QSFN now to get that pickup lead early on, especially in the early war, is tremendously important. That one first attack is almost always the triple. You give that to the player that has the advantage and the insight, the ability to just kind of maybe drop a reliable, confident attack to keep that start high. So losing out on that 3-star space station have really kind of flubbed the entry on this one, Carbon.
Yeah, that is going to be a big thing here in this war, because we know going up against QSFN, they are a very impressive opponent. They're going to be putting up 13, 14 Star Wars as well. We've talked about it in many other times when you have to be putting up that 14-star performance in a time like this where the competition is fierce. But the answer is, will QSFN come in with a 3-star for their next attack? And it's going to be the Queen Charged Lalo Kitano. Ooh, with the Queen Charged Lalo, typically I've seen Kitano come in with more of a ground style attack, either with like a ton of Hog Riders, even a hybrid, something, but this time mixing up, bringing the air, does drop the Blimpiades, take out. Ooh, the bomb tower goes down as well, which is nice. Town Hall is activated, but now slowly dealing with this clan castle on the top side of the base.
Yeah, that CC is going to slow down a little bit there. Big Lava Hound is going to really force Caetano to have to spend a bit of time here. He popped that poison a little early, and now it's not going to be available for those pups up on the top side. One by one, they'll be shot down by the Archer Queen, but Caetano's spending a bit more time up there maybe than he had hoped. Single Lava Hound for a big cleanup force behind it. 22 balloons and 15 minions. Keep an eye out for these air defenses. Of course, that's going to be the main target for that Lava Hound. 2 of them on the left side and 1 over still on the right. Could get a stab out there onto the right side, 1 with maybe a dive from the Royal Champion, as long as this top side compartment goes down from the Queen Charge. But that left is still going to be a bit tricky with 2 air defenses still up there to have to face off against. Do you think that the Queen's going to wrap around maybe to that top left one?
Well, she's going to have to get slowly through this town hall, but yeah, she could make her way over to that compartment. The only thing is that these multi-target Infernos, she can't reach as she walks by this right side. There's the freeze. The Queen's ability was forced, but look at this King. He's going to be pushing his way into the Wizard Tower air defense, kind of grab the section, but that's what his World Champion is going to be trying to grab, is the multis that the Queen cannot. So now he's going to try to push his Queen towards the scatter shots, like you mentioned, to the left. But now he's going to have to rely on the Queen's ability to help beat through the wall first.
She's firing away and trying to get it down, but I think she just might get it here. Caetano's going to let that Lava Hound army soar on through, even with that air defense up, but it does go down after all. Caetano gets the pop, and it's unfortunately going to be a little bit aggressive with this Lava Hound coming out all the way in front of these loons and leaving that air defense up. This is going to force a necessary protect from the Eternal Tome. Really great use there by Caetano. Good timing and protection. Freeze on the scatter as well. We need that rage. Here it is. Do the loons split? No, they all go for the air defense. That scatter shot still standing up could be incredible damage on him. He's got to be very careful with the positioning here because those loons are really stacked heavy, Carbon.
Yeah, it's coming with just under 30 seconds left. The balloons will path their way over to the scatter shot, and even the minions take the scatter shot down, and Caetano with a gorgeous queen charge. Lalo, the royal champion, got incredible value. 2 multi-target infernos, the scatter or the expo. Oh my goodness, what an attack for a QSFN to start off this match. That was amazing. The queen walk from the top side, king on the other, and then while each hero was tanking, the royal champion coming in between to get the important defense with 2 inferno towers. That was an incredible attack.
Yeah, very good job there to Caetano. And not only stacking up a defense, QSFN now have the 3-star offense that they were hoping to lead with. This is a confident start here, but as I saw yesterday with Lady B, man, even with a 1-star or a 2-star deficit in the first round, it is still possible to make the comeback happen here. Space Station is a squad that I would say is ascendant, especially with improvements in performances from their backline, finishing attackers. So this one is still all the way up for grabs. Agent 33 will be the next to strike here with a queen charge in the right corner for the Town Hall, or maybe swooping along the outer edge, leading into that Dragon Rider army. Very reliable, super popular in the current meta. 14 minions to sweep along the backside for that cleanup, so leaving a lot of army camp space to finish off here. I'm seeing a single target Inferno next to that Town Hall as a potential issue here for Agent 33. He's already going to have to stack down that rage to keep the Queen alive against so many defenses firing away, but nice support there with the balloon. He's going to path back in, and that should be a Town Hall clear.
It should, as long as he freezes a single target Inferno. He does just freeze that in time here. Rage to the Queen up again. She locked on a Town Hall first before the single target Inferno. So another freeze investment has to be used because the Town Hall also hitting the healers of the Queen. She steps directly into the Town Hall poison, but he's sending the King up top. Looks like he wants to push the King into the scatter shot and the enemy Queen.
Queen is starting to take a little bit more fire from the Inferno, but looks pretty safe on this outer edge. If she can walk out of there, there's a lot of defenses she can still nab here, and Agent 33 has got to be so pleased with how this Queen charge has gone so far, keeping those healers nice and safe out of range, not losing too many of them. And now it's going to be a split from the CC. Interestingly enough, one Ice Golem is going to go right to the Queen, while the other two are going to go for the main army up top. That's going to trigger a bit of an awkward deploy on that poison, not able to grab one of those Ice Golems, and now the Queen getting spun around with the Tornado Trap at the bottom might be taking too much fire.
Yeah.
The healers are going to be soaking that multi-target Inferno as well, and this looks like the end of the Queen charge, Carbon.
Yeah, those healers are gone. Took all those red air bombs, but the Royal Champion does have ability. Will easily be able to secure a multi-target Inferno in the core here. The ability goes off. The Queen is just barely alive over on the right side. Still has that Stone Slammer and another Rage to use. The Royal Champion under the Rage actually takes down the enemy RC. Brilliant job with that poison spell because he was thinking it was going to be a different clan castle. So he utilized the poison to slow the enemy RC down to help clutch that up in a beautiful attack from Agent of Space Station. They had to get the 3-star, and they do here indeed to get the answer. We have a minions up top around with 30 seconds left in the raid. The Queen somehow stays alive, and there we go. Beautiful job from Agent. So we'll have to see that if QSFN can get above right around the low 90%, they will have the lead due to the first attack being a 3-star and the first attack for Space Station being the lower attack. Didn't really get the highest one, but still a decent amount there.
Yeah, nice follow-up here from Space Station. A really reliable early follow-up from Agent 33, grabbing the triple with a Queen Charge Dragon Rider that impressed me a lot, with, especially with the Queen Charge out in the right side corner. Yeah. Got a little bit unlucky with the traps there, Tornado Trap spinning him around and forcing those healers into multi-target Inferno range, but did so much work early on that it was pretty much just an easy sweep-along cleanup job for the rest of the army. Big force on the back end, really relying on a ton of minions in loose to be able to support those Dragon Riders, and made great use of them as well. Sometimes you see cleanup get a little bit dicey toward the end, running low on time, but that was not going to be an issue at all for Agent 33 that time. Space Station cleaning back up with a 3-star now. Are not going to be able to grab the lead from QSFN, but off of a good defense, they might be able to get this into a better tiebreaker position on percentage.
Yeah, depends on obviously this next tech for QSFN. And really, these teams are really trying to fight and get a higher seedings. Both these teams are already locked in for the playoffs. And the way it works with the leaderboards is you play through the 3 weeks of competition, and then you got to finish in the top 4. And then if you're finished in the top 4, you earn that spot into the playoffs. But if you don't, you have another chance in the last chance qualifiers to earn a spot for the playoffs there. So both of these teams will definitely potentially see each other in the playoffs because they both have locked it in. So this is really about seeding for this war. But Leo here for QSFN coming in with another Queen Charge Lalo, but involving the log launcher to come all the way across this space. Will he be trying to break into this Eagle compartment? Doesn't look like at the moment. Maybe from the left side, he can get both these Infernos to scatter shot, and potentially that log launcher can open all the way to the town hall here.
Leo, slow on the start, steady entry, nabbing an air defense with this Queen Charge. Might be able to crack over toward that Eagle artillery, like you said, and this log launcher rolling on through is going to give even more range for the backside. He ought to be able to grab this enemy Royal Champion as well. She's going to take one little quick stab there, but is able to repel that early start that Leo tried to take her out with. Multi-target Inferno is going to get the engage, but it's not too much trouble. Hold on now! Rocket Loot's coming out, and that's going to require a fast and furious response. It is a free spell to shut that down and finish off the World Champion. That was a really dicey, scary spot for Leo that he handled extremely well.
Look at that. Look at all those red air bombs, but notice the log launcher did not open to the Town Hall compartment. So it opened right into the left side scatter, so the Queen can reach that. But now sending the Royal Champion up top, and the Lalo is coming down. He's not waiting. The Warden is down to help assist. The Queen is continuing to push through. She should... Oh, goes invisible. From that, right in that little corner, she could even reach the Town Hall, so it won't even matter right there. So the Town Hall has been secured for Leo. And now here comes the Warden building off to the right side. And this is looking fantastic with another freeze and haste still to use.
Awesome job, Leo. The haste is down, and there are just so many balloons. You can't stop that except with maybe like a quad air bomb. Not going to happen. Even with a slowdown from the tornado trap, there is plenty of time on the backside for the cleanup here, and this is just an overwhelming victory for Leo. QSFN have done it, and they are now back-to-back 3 stars.
Yeah, beautiful hit here again. Swagging that freeze right there into the middle. And doesn't even need it with just under 30 seconds left. This was a gorgeous attack from QSFN Leo with that triple, and just shows you the strength of the Queen Charges, especially involving the log launches coming in, taking out everything into the core of multi-target Infernos, the scatter shots. But the big thing was he had all those balloons and a Dragon Rider that came out of it, moved its way straight to the middle, pulled all those red air bombs, protect those healers of the Queen even more, because that's what you tend to expect nowadays with these types of base designs, of all those traps in the middle, really to try to stop those Queen Charges, or even potentially Hydras with the Dragon Riders, as they all funnel their way straight to the middle. But Space Station, they're gonna have to be answering with 3 stars because their very first attack did not get that triple. They're gonna have to try to keep pace here with QSFN.
Yeah, we've heard from so many base builders how crucial that trap placement is, trying to anticipate what sort of attack is going to be coming in and then shutting it down. But the more that becomes meta, the more that attackers have to plan around traps, the more insight they seem to be able to get about how to trick, defuse, and minesweep away from those sorts of problems. As we've seen, coconut loons are now so meta now that it's kind of not even an interesting thing to point them out. But that was originally a tech designed to try to counter an entry with a queen charge that was potentially disastrous for the healers on the back end. So that is just really the tip of the iceberg when we start to come to talk about trying to prevent a bad entry point here with traps. And as you saw from that last strike, really able to overcome despite a tricky trap placement there. Nick is going to go hard and heavy with that Zap Quake to start off this Lalo. No queen charge here, but he is going to have a log launcher ready to deploy. Do you think that that is going to be the deploy after all, or maybe he switches something else if he does manage to get this town hall down early?
He definitely could come in with that log launcher as the Sneaky Goblin secured the town hall here, pulled out a little bit of the CC. He can send him in from the left side, and that log launcher can give him access all the way to the double multi-target Inferno core. Maybe even sends the Warden on ground to help assist. And there it is. The log launcher's coming in. Yeah, the Warden is even deployed. The King should push his way into the enemy King because notice, we have the King, the Queen, the Eagle Artillery, and a few Teslas have popped. The Giant Bomb pops this King building. Maybe pop that Warden Internal Tome here because you really want to try to protect the King and his Barbarians as much as possible. But he does not invest the Warden Internal Tome just yet. He's opening all the way towards the core. But he did not get access to the other multi-target Inferno because of the angle of the log launcher here. Oh, no, he broke one wall, so the Queen could technically walk her way around there.
Deep and heavy stab is going to be supported now with the main armies finally soaring in at a 125 mark there on time. Good distraction there for the scatter shot over on those lava hounds. The first one's going to pop, and unfortunately those pups are going to be toast for this multi-target Inferno. Flying over the rest of the base is now a single target Inferno that's going to burn up the other lava hound, not even really protecting loons at this point. Nick a little bit slow on the balloon deploy, but the plan might have just been so effective already on the entry that it might not even matter. As long as he gets this drop out of the back end, yes, the air defense goes down. Single target Inferno could be problematic for these heroes, but as long as he can get a little bit of chip damage off there, as long as he's got the range and support from these minions, a 3-star is looking a little bit difficult here. But he's still holding out hope. 43 seconds for cleanup.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Queen beat through the wall up to the top side, walked all the way around. His Queen was supposed to be taking out the whole core of this base, and the splash damage in the pathing, unfortunately, these balloons started to go around with only 25 seconds left in the raid, and the Queen just not going where he wanted. The funnel, unfortunately, wasn't set up top, and they started to walk. The Queen's ability going off and just not having that spells to be able to push those balloons around, and the protection of the Warden ability for those balloons really hurt, especially getting through a whole compartment there. And it looks like Nick is just going to finish right around an 88% 2-star there for Space Station. So unfortunately, that is not going to be good. That is going to be another 2-star the Space Station is going to be coming in with. It's going to put them to 7 stars total, and QSFN have another attack to do to take the lead right back.
Terrifyingly difficult shot here for Space Station, seeking to hold on to their lead. But if they drop now to QSFN, that does give QSFN 4 points and enough to potentially overcome them. Now, it is a bit tricky here. If QSFN actually gets 2nd place and Space Station get 3rd place, then Space Station actually will continue to hold that lead for the first spot in the playoffs. But who wants to try to play for that? The war that's happening right now is what they're focused entirely on. They want to avoid that sort of disastrous finish. But as you see, with an additional attack left yet to use, QSFN behind by only 1 star could potentially pull ahead by 2 off of a clever attack by Loopzera. Highly expect that. This is one of the most skilled attackers on the team, with a huge dragon army and ready to back it up with a queen charge out the beginning, as well as a stone slammer out back. I am feeling very confident about Loopzera's entry point here. A hard and heavy queen charge with an early rage here to keep her safe from so many defenses, Carbon.
Yeah, the Queen Charge Dragon, usually the reason why we don't see too many Queen Charge Dragon attacks is because both of the portions of the raid, the Queen Charge and the Dragons, need rage spells, right? And so it's like you have to say who deserves it more, because usually when you do a Queen Charge Dragon Rider, typically the Dragon Riders never really need those rages. They can actually move their way through without any spells. So let's see how many spells that he's able to save for the dragon portion, or if he just invests them all for the queen. She's now locking on the town hall. The sweeper is actually helping a little bit to keep the healers away from the town hall beams there as he's walking his way around. But at the angle that the queen was sent in, looks pretty safe there. Now the queen is moving straight to the bottom tower. The sweeper and just dodging this town hall poison right now before he lures out the clan castle.
The lure is good, and it's Ice Golems going straight for the queen. A single target Infernal locked onto her. It's going to be really difficult. Forces out the ability so soon. Loop Zero is going to invis the queen and maybe try to get the Ice Golems to go a different path, but not gonna happen. Skeletons pop out, and they're going to give even more trouble for Loop Zero's Queen Charge out the bottom side. That single target Inferno is awfully deadly. Another Ice Golem is going to pop, and even though these dragons are doing great work on the top left side, this Queen could be in big trouble. 2 more breezes to drop in. Is he really going to have to commit both of them onto the single carbon?
Wow, yeah. He invests all these freezes on that single, even when the Queen lost her healers. And now these dragons are pushing their way straight to the core, and he doesn't have them to protect these dragons moving their way through. And that Eagle Artillery on this bottom side of the space is just wrecking havoc against the dragons. And that CC of the Ice Golems really stalled them up. Unfortunately, was late on the deployment of using the invisibility spell to protect that queen to continue her push through. And this could have been a completely different attack if he just dropped that invisibility spell about a half a second earlier to protect the queen, not force her ability, especially with a single target in front of the bottom side. And this is the lowest percentage of the war so far.
Tragic end for Loop Zero. I was feeling very confident for him, and yet, even though it's the lowest percentage, a 2-star 80 is going to keep QSFN in the percentage lead at 93.3. They've also still got that star lead, so they had the wiggle room to be able to commit a play like that, and even if it doesn't pan out in their favor, QSFN still have a lot of reasons to be happy about the way that this war is shaping up, which is 2 attacks each. It's going to require a lot for Space Station to come in over the top and summit this big hill that QSFN has built in front of them.
Yeah, that was a huge defense right there, because now Space Station is only down by the 1 star, and there's 3 attacks used from each side, so 2 more coming in for each team, and each one of these is important. Space Station is going to have to look for back-to-back triples, because the percentage game, they are also down 93.3 to an 89% for Space Station there. So they're looking to answer with 3 stars. But we have Marnal coming in with the Zapla. We saw Nick coming in with a Zapla, but Nick utilized the log launcher. This looks like Marnal is going to be going with a little bit less Sui, because it potentially want to see this Grand Warden being used on air to follow the Lalo around. We do have a clan castle right next to the town hall here, so is he going to send his heroes for that? Well, he's first off starts with the lightning to help take down the queen and a little bit of the compartment over there, and has a few more sneak goblins to set up a little bit of a funnel. It looks like he wants to push his heroes in towards this Eagle Artillery.
Moving along the top left, good funneling done so far. In fact, that Royal Champion's going to join up with the Barbarian King now. A little bit late to help with the enemy king, but this is a lot of Teslas popping up over here. Marinal could get some really good value with this Royal Champion shield. The toss-off, though, is going to go for the interior instead, knocking apart that single target Inferno. It is going to get repaired back up by the Builder Hut, so unfortunate pathing there for Marinal. But nonetheless, he is going to get the reunion of these heroes over on the left corner. Unicorn helping to get this queen topped back off and safe behind these 2 tanks out in front. The Royal Champion and Barbarian King do wind up going down, but there's not a whole lot of big damage structures to finish her off. She might go for a really long path along the exterior here, Carbon.
Yeah, the queen, though, has to be able to push her way to the middle multi there. And let's see what wall she's going to want to go for. She's taking out the wizard tower. And now she's stepping up for this air expo, and the Lalo is coming through. Sends the Stone Slammer actually off by itself to the left side. Queen's ability is forced. She does... I can't even tell which wall. No, she does not want to step into the multi-target Inferno. She's going into the bottom compartment where the Archer Tower is. There's a Tornado Trap. The balloons are hasted with the Warden ability over the Town Hall, moving his way through. Has one haste and freeze still left. And watch out for a bunch of traps here in the core, but there's still so many balloons still left alive here.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Marinald with a well-insulated Stone Slammer heading straight toward that single target Inferno. It is finally about to pop right overhead. Soaks the Seeking Air Mine. Oh, no, I guess a balloon caught that instead. Anyways, though, this is going to be an easy grab of the 3-star. Finally, late in the game, those poor Ice Golems clamber on out of the clan castle, trying their best to just survive. But that is not going to be good enough here. Congratulations, that will do it. I am feeling so much better about Space Station's odds now that Marinol could get that 3-star on board. Lexnos is doing a lot of work in the past couple of wars, and if he gets the triple, this could be the exact right spot for them to try to get the claim of this war. They took a big hit out of the gates, but they have been persevering and pushing back forth. Might have a chance for them to win.
We're gonna have to see, because QSFN, they add a triple, they'll still have the lead, right? With the star advantage. So that's huge going into the final set of attacks and even the percentage there. But Marinol pushing his way through, and the defending CC of the triple Ice Golem did absolutely nothing since he came with the Lalo around the other side of the base. It did not pull the Ice Golems through, and the heroes took out that Eagle Artillery. So those Ice Golems came out at the very end when something ground targeting or something on the ground pulled them out there, but he didn't even have to worry. And the Soul Slammer coming off to the bottom side to move in towards that scatter shot. Brilliant job. And the Warden ability over the Town Hall can be risky, but if you can move the balloons past the Town Hall quick enough with a haste, rage combination, or something along those lines, then you can get some incredible value. And that Royal Champion was used there as well. So QSFN, what is their next attack going to be? We've been seeing a lot of Queen Charge Lalos. We've been seeing Zap Lalos. It's been really a Lalo meta in this war. We did see the P.E.K.K.A. Smash kind of start off this war for Space Station, but that did not follow through there. And that is one of the attacks that causes them to be lower there. But QSFN, what is your next hit here? It looks to be another Lalo attack, but it's going to be a Zap Lalo mixed in with a Queen Charge Lalo. So that means he doesn't really have that many spells for his Queen Charge portion.
I love to see it anytime we've got a counterfeit of the clan castle just able to prevent those troops from getting any value whatsoever. So a really well-planned strike previously there from Space Station, but QSFN with a chance to come in over the top. The 3-star here, of course, will keep them in the star lead at 11-10 over Space Station. But defense here is so important for Space Station. Crazy Ryan, our defender now, is going to have to hope that these builders can just repair that Town Hall and keep this Queen at bay for as long as possible, because the Town Hall going down is pretty much a foregone conclusion. Just how much spell power is Giovanni going to have to commit to it? Poison already out for the pups, and the charge in the top corner is looking still strong. Expect still a rage to come in, though. There it is.
Yeah, the Queen, though, is making her way through this Town Hall. Multi-target Inferno just on the other side, which is really nice because he doesn't have to invest any freeze just yet. He's taking out this compartment. He does set up a little funnel down south. Maybe he wants to wall break this King to go in for the multi-target Inferno down there. Yep, there's the wall break. Here comes the King, and he's going to be pushing his way through. And luckily, the Eagle Artillery locks onto the King and not the Queen or her healers, but starts this Lalo from the left side to push his way straight into the Eagle Artillery.
And boy, is he pushing hard. That is a big compartment to grab, especially early on when you're running something like Laloon. Oh, a lot of splash damage from that first salvo there. Those balloons are pretty well protected there by that Grand Warden out back, and they are going to beeline for that huge target. We've got some Skellies now popping on out, and that's going to require pups to divert and try to finish them off. Big clump of loons now is no good news, especially if you're facing off against traps or any splash damage. That scatter shot is really a big threat, and that forces out the Eternal Tome there, Carbon.
Dude, his headhunters all got sprung by spring traps there, so he's not able to push his way through the enemy royal champion here. He has his RC, but since he lost that queen ability really early into the attack, he didn't have it for the back portion through this air expo and all that damage, and he unfortunately was not able to push his way through, but he still has the royal champion trying to finish her way through the space that his king is actually still up. He will provide a little bit of tanking. Oh, the king just goes down. The yak is... No, the yak goes down as well, but the lassie, the world champion, are still up with 18 seconds left. A giant bomb, a skeleton trap pops. The minions take out the cannon, and this looks to be a 3 as long as he's got the time onto these storages here, Woody. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I don't know. That clan castle's got an awful lot of hit points. It's doing a mess again. 1 second left. Fire away. No!
Wow.
With the heartbreaker 2-star 99% Carbon.
That close. The minion was working onto that core clan castle there, and Crazy Ryan with the defense, which means that now this war is all tied up. The final attacker for Space Station will actually be Crazy Ryan. So his defense came in with the hold. And now Crazy Ryan looking to finish off this. Can he get a 3-star, a queen charge Lalo triple? But if he triples, QSFN still have a chance to win the war if they triple an answer. So it comes down to this. Both these teams have secured a spot into the playoffs no matter what for the Clash Masters. But right now what they're fighting for is the seedings. That's what they want to do. If Space Station win this, they've pretty much locked it up and they're looking to try to take home first place. But QSFN is trying to knock them down and try to take first place this week. But here comes the healers onto the queen. Going to be moving their way to the bottom towards the right side. And then he wants to log launcher this queen charge all the way across the space.
It is going to be a long bomb log launcher if that is what we see, and I love to see it too. I think that log launcher is picking up in popularity this meta, Carbon, because being able to knock down so many tightly compacted walls in the interior, or especially a long wall from, as you see, that like 4 o'clock position all the way to the clan castle in the middle, that is a big opening for a queen charge that has already gotten really, really good value, cracking through these bottom 2 compartments, giving easy access to the eagle for that royal champion there, and taking down the enemy archer queen. All really good check marks to get off of your list here for a lava balloon strike.
Yeah, it looks like the queen actually is getting some beautiful value. Wall breaking all the way to the core. We do have a single target inferno. Gonna have to invest that free spell. There it is. The RC actually took down the Eagle Artillery. The log launcher is going solo to take out the multi-target inferno. Makes the queen invisible, and these healers needs to take out the single. There it goes. What this log launcher is going to try to take that multi down with a few more skips through. Freezes the multi. And no, it does not get that final skip onto the multi-target inferno there.
Unfortunate here. We've got a minute left to try to repair and clean up the rest of this. Yetis are on a heroic dive to the mid. They may be a freezing pop sort of creature, but they are going to get melted by the multi and that tornado trap coming out. Defending royal champion gets the stab down too. Can they get a few swings off on her at least? Oh, not much work done. Crazy Ryan will get the town hall up at the top, and the 2nd star is secured. It's going to be a furious run toward the finish now, as a scatter shot, a little bit distracted, is going to get the shots now off on these balloons. Stay alive as long as you can and get on into the middle of that compartment, because you can't handle the heat for long, Crazy Ryan.
Oh, the problem is the multi-target inferno. The air expo is standing there as well, but Crazy Round with a beautiful Warden Eternal Tome to protect those balloons, but also the headhunter to clutch out the defending royal champion. Down goes that middle. Down goes the multi. The balloons are going to push their way to the end, to the back, and arch a tower. Now it's a matter of cleanup. Can he finish this off with 6, 5, 4? He's got the final buildings. The storage goes down. The barracks. No!
Oh, no!
Oh!
Another 2-star 99% here, Carbon.
Oh my goodness. Again, 99% here in this war. The final barracks is just a bit too much. Just needed one more second. But we're taking a look at the score right now. It's 12-10. 93.2 for Space Station and a 94.8 for QSFN, which means that QSFN do not have to 3-star to win. They can win off of 2-star and percentage. But as we know, they are still going for that triple.
Yes, they are. This is going to be a really difficult one, though, for Space Station to win now. QSFN have really got the door wide open for them right now, and this is their war to lose. If they do wind up dropping and dropping hard, that is going to be a big regret. This 5th and final attack, though, I mean, everything seems like just set up perfectly for QSFN. If you could give this sort of positioning to any team out there, only behind by 2 stars and ahead on percentage, they ought to want to take it. P. Castro is a stellar attacker. He's picked up 3 stars time and again in Clash Masters, and with a hybrid army to finish off this attack, I am feeling very happy for him to have this last best shot. QSFN ascendant, or will Space Station keep the spot and go on in the lead to the playoffs?
Well, P. Castro deciding to send in the Queen Charge Hybrid. Charging this Queen straight into the Town Hall. And he did drop that blimp, which landed really early there into that little compartment that's to the right side. But either way, he's charging and taking out the Town Hall. He didn't lure out that CC with the blimp. So now the Queen is going to have to get through this Clan Castle while she's getting hit by all these ground expos. And he doesn't wait. He's starting now with the hybrid, pops an early Warden ability due to all these traps that are on this side next to the scatter shot here.
Yeah, that was a really difficult call here for P. Castro, but he made it nonetheless, and he will commit fully to this push, even with another heal spell. More springs coming out. Did Agent 33 predict this entry, Carbon?
Whoa! Yes, absolutely. It was completely baited, lost all those hogs. It was all the giant bombs right into that compartment. Now he's trying to keep this Queen charging her way to the top side, but he still has that King moving his way up there. His ability went off, but now the Royal Champion is going to pop her ability. He still has to approach into the 90%. Can he make his way there? No more hogs, no more miners. He's got the archers over on the outside. He's got another free. Oh, there's the advance to keep the RC moving. And he's trying to pick off as much percentage as possible. Does have the Queen ability, but now this is looking close, and Space Station just might have a chance.
Go, go, go. Fire on all cylinders, P. Castro. 3 stars is going to guarantee, but with that out of the picture, a high percentage too is needed. Space Station holding on for dear life and hoping that these defenses can just frustrate, slow down, and prevent the last strike. But Carbon, I'm thinking with these healers up, this Archer Queen and Grand Warden are going to get enough percentage. You see it slowly ticking up there in the bottom right section. 92.4, 93, 16 seconds left for cleanup, and with the Archer Queen ability now used, that is so much DPS. You can't stop him! P. Castro for QSFN is going to the finals!
GG, just barely edges out on percentage, finishes up at a 94% 2-star right there. To think that they got the 94 after all of those traps and lost the hybrid like that super early. But the Queen got incredible value, pushing her way through, staying up and getting the necessary percent. So that's why Crazy Ryan's 99%. If he was able to get that final building, Space Station would have won, and they would have been able to advance to the finals. So look at that. Let's take a look at the bracket and where these teams stand, because we want to see what that result means. So Space Station, which were looking really good from the previous weeks there, is looking to really lock up that #1 spot. But both of these teams will be in the playoffs no matter what. But for this week in the qualifier number 3, we have the QSFN advancing right there, but Space Station is going down to the third place, so close for that 99% from Crazy Ryan. So will QSFN win another one to take home that first place? And now the next match between NY Amazing and Carnage Gaming. This is a very important match here because this is going to determine who's trying to make their spot into the playoffs. So we could probably take a look at the leaderboard here between all the teams for that playoff spot. And this is what's going to determine, because NY Amazing and Carnage Gaming are super close. If Carnage Gaming wins first place here this week, they can make their way into the playoffs potentially, because look at this. NGT Legends are at 15 points. And if Carnage Gaming get first, they'll actually jump ahead all the way through here, and they'll be up to 15 points. So NY, or even NY Amazing's trying. So we've got a lot of line between these next two teams here.
Oh, we sure do, Carbon. And I just want to, I think, clarify the positioning here for QSFN. If they get the win in the finals, they will have first place. But even if they lose, it's possible for Space Station to get fourth place, and that would mean that QSFN are cemented still in that first place spot. But the worst that QSFN can do now is second place, because even if Hagura Metal come in from the other side of the bracket and defeat them, that would only give them 23 points, while QSFN would have 24. So QSFN in either first or second position, with Space Station contending for that second position, as well as potentially first if they pick up the win and get lucky with QSFN in the finals. NY Light from NY Amazing will be the first attacker in the bottom side of this bracket, where NY Amazing facing off against Carnage Gaming are both in the fight of their careers to get that spot in the playoffs. They are both behind Hagura Metal and NGT Legends. Hagura Metal secured in their playoffs positioning, but depending upon whether NY Amazing or Carnage Gaming advance, they could get that fourth spot.
Yeah, and with this attack coming in with that Super Bowlers, will they be able to push his way all the way through? The big key about this attack, or any kind of smash attack, is you need those healers to transfer off to your main troops. In this case, the healers need to move their way to the Super Bowlers, because remember, they do not have that much HP. The jump spell is giving them access to the core multi-target Inferno. The Warden ability is going to go off, protects the blimp, protects these Super Bowlers all the way through the middle here.
Is going to be incredibly important here for NY Light. Great job keeping them safe for a long bomb strike. Town Hall goes down, and Yetis are unfortunately going to be lost to the poison there, but the main army is still going strong. Super Bowlers, one of the newest troops, and this is arguably the most cutting-edge attack comp that we see in competitive Clash of Clans. Light is hopping over walls and making it further on in. Delightful to see. But really facing a lot of difficulty on the back side of this base. Super Bowlers are just getting crushed now by the weight of these defenses along the outer edge. It's really just point defenses at this stage, though, Carbon. And so as long as this Queen can power through and has enough time for cleanup, 2 free spells and a Royal Champion ability, this looks like a triple easily.
Absolutely, with the RC ability, skips across, down goes the Archer Tower, down goes the Mortars, and even swagging those freeze spells. With just over 40 seconds left in the raid, the Super Bowlers got their value into the core. The Royal Champion moved her way from the outside, from the right, moving her way down and around, and brilliant job getting it done. Those healers transferred off to help protect them, but it was a beautiful Warden ability, really to protect those Super Bowlers through the core, to keep them alive, and coming away with a 3-star in the very first attack here for NY Amazing.
Excellent work. Happy to see another 3-star to start off this series. Carnage Gaming behind and in a difficult run, but having picked up a perfect war against Nishang Dance just yesterday, they are an offensive powerhouse that I have really come to highly respect over the course of these Clash Masters playoffs, advancing, earning more and more points, and really surging kind of in a position, I'd say, that is similar to what we saw from Space Station in the prior season. Even though QSFN got the win over them, it was an extremely tight one. And I would really liken Carnage Gaming to Space Station in this respect. I guess Space Station's been around a lot longer than Carnage Gaming, but nevertheless, the fact that Carnage has been going further and further ahead each season and has been doing really well, particularly on offense. Taking a 3-star out the gate, it's what you've come to expect now from NY Amazing, and I think that Carnage Gaming can still feel pretty happy about where they're at.
Yeah, Carnage Gaming is representing coming from France. They are a French community, and they are looking to do it. They have players with plenty of experience. They've been around the competitive scene for a while, even having some players from the very first season of the Clash of Clans World Championship. So here we go. Fabian of Carnage Gaming, and he is actually using Super Bowlers as well. Okay, so you see your opponent. I would say the odds of having back-to-back Super Bowler attacks is probably very rare. And then again, here it is. This gonna have 4 of these Super Bowlers moving their way through. Remember, they do skip over 3 of the buildings they can reach as it skips across. But the wizard up top, over to the right side, setting that funnel to move his way through, but he needs to at least grab this air defense with the warden before he really kind of starts the rest of this attack here.
Pushing in deep, gets another snipe here with the Grand Warden, but taking a lot of time off already, nearly a minute in, and these Warden walks are really slow. I haven't really come to understand how quick a Super Bowler army can finish off a base. We, of course, did just see a Super Bowler attack, but it seems to really depend a lot on the funneling and how you enter the base. We did see, I think, this base before in the past crack and fall. So Fabian with another early insight into maybe where these traps are, unless Shuai has repositioned them, might have a good sense about how much time he's got going in here, Carbon.
Yeah, the Lava Hound does get lured out from the CC, so the Queen's going to get stalled up a little bit as these bowlers try to continue their push through. The Warden ability just goes off. The King ability goes off as well to run his way all the way up and around. There's the poison spell onto the pups from the Lava Hound. Hogs are coming out of the siege barracks, but moving his way through to the Town Hall. A lot of these Super Bowlers are going down. If not, they're all gone. So now he's relying on just the Queen to stay alive with these healers. And the Royal Champion's trying to push her way to the top side.
Oh, she's trying! Big assault into center, and it's kind of hard to gauge how much offense still remains, but with the Super Bowlers taking a walloping early on, the only thing Fabian can really be happy about is seeing that scatter shot go down. Another airbomb collides with those healers. They're still going to be quite safe, though, and with the Royal Champion ready to toss that shield, this could be excellent damage on the backside defenses. Not a whole lot left to stop him now, with a big balloon savior coming straight through. As long as they can take down this multi-inferno, the base should have no more defenses left, and it's all up to the cleanup now. One whiz along the top side. That Archer Queen's going to have a mighty difficult time reaching the outer edges, but World Champion can hop walls at least. Here come the balloons for the final strike. 18 seconds left, Carbon. Will they get it?
He's got the balloon up and around. The World Champion's moving her way through, and beautiful job on saving those balloons for cleanup, and that is what allowed him to get the 3-star. The saving cleanup balloons. He was potentially thinking to use them to try to take down an arch tower or something towards the backside of the space, but the balloons being used for cleanup, he realized he was going to run out of time if he didn't do it. They secured the 3-star, so it's all tied up here in this war now.
Very well done there to Carnage Gaming. A tied up setup for the beginning, and with 2 Super Bowler armies to start things off. Carbon Fin, are you as surprised as I am to see both of them go into Super Bowlers, or has the defensive base building meta just shifted away and hasn't really figured out how to deal with this army yet?
No, I'm definitely surprised. You don't really see all too many Super Bowlers because it's really hard to try to keep them alive. Since their HP is so low, you can lose them really fast. But both these teams said, hey, maybe they were not expecting these Super Bowlers here. And now the answer for this next attack is going to be, it looks to be a Zap Lalo. So we missed that first lightning spell right around the clan castle. You can kind of only guess what he took out, which looks to be a multi-target or an Inferno Tower, since they don't know if it was multi. I'm assuming it's multi there. But also would help set up a little bit of pathing. And then both sweepers probably right in there as well, because I don't see any more sweepers anywhere else around the base. But the queen's ability goes off, takes out the town hall, and then he's going to step his way into the town boys, and she'll be going down there, but at least she got her value.
Yeah, she sure did. Good news here, as Nyan will be able to charge even further deep alongside the bottom with these heroes. The Stewie dive is a big commit early on, throwing away potentially some super powerful offense, but knocking down really crucial targets to begin with. As long as they get their job done, you can be happy with how that goes. And with a big heavy strike in the interior as well. A lot of this base has now been taken down, with the multi-inferno even getting finished off. Royal Champion can be super happy. And in air defense!
Wow.
My goodness, Neon is going the distance with this one, Carbon.
He is indeed. And the Stone Slammer moving into the right side over the Eagle Artillery. And here comes the rest of the loons. The Lava Hound Warden is down. A bunch of archers and the super minion. So he drops the poison onto the super minion, pops the warning ability. He drops the lightning spell onto the headhunters to help secure them. Takes out really easily, and he's just pushing his way around. Freezes up that top scatter shot. Lava Hound moves his way around. The Stone Slammer is actually pathing his way over to the Wizard Tower due to the funnel that he set from taking out the top part with the balloons. And this is a crushing attack. The lightning spell's got some incredible value. Some red air bombs being pulled here, but he has way too many balloons. He doesn't have to worry, and this is going to be a 3-star.
It is looking like offense is the order of the day for both of these teams. We are 3 attacks in with all of them triples. Not big surprise for Carnage Gaming, which picked up 14 against Team Bangladesh and then 15 against Nishang Dance. But NY Amazing have really turned up the pressure. Their victory over Tompanai Empire was also particularly earth-shattering, right there alongside Space Station getting the victory over alternate attacks. So big dramatic shifts in the offense for these teams, but with NY Amazing picking up 2 and really holding Carnage Gaming to task here, forcing them to keep those triples all on par just to stay even. This is going to be a really exciting war down to the very end of it, Carbon.
Absolutely. Both these teams are fighting to try to get that playoff spot so they don't have to play in next week last chance qualifier of the Clash Masters. Because you win and you can try to get that much closer, because what they're fighting for is points to be able to make their way through. Carnage Gaming has to win first place to then really be thinking about pushing their way into that. But still, there's a ton of money on the line throughout these wars and this competition. But Carnage Gaming, they're going to have to answer with a 3-star. It's going to be very difficult against any one of these teams here, but especially against NY Amazing, who typically puts up those 14-star wars and even those perfect wars as well. But we saw the Super Bowlers. We saw an amazing Zap Lalo, which was actually incredible. Got so much value with the heroes. The lightning spells took out that core compartment, and then the Lalo just moved it way around. But now Hugo Stiglitz is coming in. Looks to be a Queen Charge Hog Riders. The blimp does actually land onto the multi-target Inferno. Pulls out the Clan Castle. So he had to invest that free spell so that blimp made it. But hey, the value is set. Now the Queen can move her way around this ring base here.
Hugo Stiglitz gets the poison off a bit early here. Ought to be able to tick away at least at some of these pups. Will it be able to finish them off, though? Timing is good, and that is going to be a fearsome start for the former MCES Worlds competitor. Gets that air defense down right as those balloons start to creep on in, but multi-target Inferno is going to be tough to get them in even further. I guess he was maybe anticipating a bit. Oh, there's one Seeking Air Mine. A second one. I think Hugo Stiglitz just got a great Coconut Loon army.
Absolutely beautiful value from those balloons there to protect the healers of the Queen. Now continuing this Queen to charge around, and Willie, okay, so look at this. So the King wall broke his way through with the Yak. He's going to now use the super wall breakers to probably get this Queen to move her way straight to this town hall. He's going to have to invest the freeze. He does. The Eagle Artillery locks onto the King, which now protects the Queen, and her charge is looking fantastic as long as she makes her way through. Is he going to have to invest in an invisibility spell to reroute the Queen to go in? And yes, he does exactly do that.
Beautiful job by Hugo. He is deep in the heart of the beast. Rage spell for the queen is going to start to wear off soon. Be careful because she's taking a lot of fire from those expos and those builder huts, and more skeletons come out. She is edging ever closer to death, but the rage is just enough. The healers, medical doctors in the field, top them back off. Triage the queen. She needs so much health and support. Scattershot fires away, and wow, is Hugo Stiglitz barely edging on toward victory in the core, while the Hog Riders come to save the day.
The Hogs pulled so many traps to the bottom side, but he's still keeping up the momentum push. The RC does have her ability, will get off and take down the Archer Tower. Multi goes down, so the RC ability will get through a little bit more. The mortar goes down, and this is a 3-star on a ring base, which can be one of the most annoying to do to hit, especially in the competition. So I'm sure they're like, oh, I see a ring, and I would be the one that would be like, no way, I don't. The smallest thing goes wrong on a ring base, and you could get a low percent 2-star. But Hugo absolutely dissecting the space with a beautiful Coco balloon to pull those Seeking Air Mice to protect the healers of that queen charge, which, as you saw, really made a difference to make her way all the way to the core, and it's all tied up again with 2 triples apiece.
Awesome job there. So excited for Carnage Gaming to hold NY Amazing just as hard as NY Amazing has been able to push back to start with. Really super tight beginning for both of these teams all the way on offense. 6-6 for these 4 attacks. And I'm like trying to come up with a storyline that can predict what can come next, but they've really just surprised time and again with attacks from the brand new playbook of Super Bowlers all the way back to the oldest meta strats from Hybrid. So it is no easy task to say what comes next, Carbon Fin, but I'll ask you anyways. What do you think will come about in this mid-war between 2 teams so evenly contested and so both desperately needing to get the win to advance?
I would say the most likely is probably some sort of Lalo attack, but don't count out the Hydra with the Dragons and Dragon Riders. Those are strong, especially for this phase of the war, really when you're trying to plan and you can try to push these Dragons to get the value. But, okay, you know, I'm completely off here. They're going in again. They're going in and say, hey, you know what? We answered each other with Super Bowlers, right? And then now they're answering, and this war is the answer of Queen Charge Hog Riders. And looks to walk this queen around this top side area, and she's probably going to continue her push up, and then maybe wall wrecker solo. No, oh, okay. Well, the queen actually walked her way back down to the town hall at this point now.
Yeah, it's a long and storied path for this queen. Not going to get the benefit of that rage now, as the pathing has gotten a little bit awkward for her, but taking down the town hall is a very nice consolation. We'll be able to switch maybe that wall wrecker out into something else. Not entirely sure what Sue's plan on the entry point here is, but you don't really need a wall wrecker, it seems to me, at this point, Carbon.
Well, I was thinking that he was planning to get the queen to go up and walk down that alley where the royal champion is standing. So now, oh no! The super minions, their final shots took that queen down, and the pathing of the queen into the town hall completely changed everything. Wow.
Highly regrettable end of the queen charge. Nice wizard out there to try to pull these healers out and about, but oh man, it is just going to be the end of them with those expos firing away. No bonus for the cleanup either, really. Just knocked down one single outer edge. So no pivot for those healers onto the Hog army now. Sue is now in the most difficult spot that we have seen for any attacker yet so far this war. Giant bombs exploding on the left corner. That's going to be the end of the Hog's attempt at that Eagle artillery. Instead, going to have to force out a Royal Champion shield to try to knock it down. Still, it is going to be so much splash damage raining on in, and this is now the new lowest percentage we have seen from any strike so far. Defenses by Viking, which have been so strong in the past yesterday holding off, have now done it again against Sue.
And that queen charge made all the difference. The queen did not want to walk up to move or up and around. That's why he dropped the king up in the top compartment, really to push that queen through. And if she was able to make her way through, then she would have been able to grab the Teslas and all that value in the core. Granted, would not have been able to reach that single target Inferno, but I can only imagine that he had to adapt the plan on the fly there. And that was a huge defense for Carnage Gaming.
Well done to Carnage, not only picking up perfect wards in the past, but also able to nab that victorious charge in here. NY Amazing really forcing their hardest, biggest, riskiest strike on that attack. You don't see a hog army come in unless you think you need the triple. And with the leading position here, NY Amazing knew that their backs were up against the wall. They had to swing back just as hard as Carnage had, or it would be their end. So it does now seem that although it's not quite their end, they are in a deep pit of despair. Carnage is just about to savagely rip through with a 2-star of their own and higher percentage they could be in the lead, but a 3-star would just be the absolute smackdown, Carbon.
Yeah, they're looking to bring another triple here. But, I mean, anything can happen. We'll see. If they fail, we'll still be tied up on the stars. Since there's only a 2-star difference here with the additional attack now, Diz of Carnage Gaming is coming in with that Queen Charge Dragon Rider against this ring base. We've got that anti-2-star design. Let's see where this queen walks. It looks to be a symmetrical base. She walks this queen down and around, and she's going to go left or right. I mean, at this point, she looks to be going right, but whoever knows, really. And she's going to continue her push. Oh, wait, I told you. I did not even know. She's going left. She reached over to grab the storage, and then she moved her way left, and there she goes. So now he can adapt here to push this queen potentially closer to the core here.
Aligning himself with the forces of the earth. This wall is going to be difficult to kind of path around and get onto the interior, but we saw it yesterday with this base by GYY. If you can get those super wall breakers right next to that scatter shot safely, this might be exactly the sort of penetration that Diz needs in order for Carnage Gaming to get the triple against a well-protected town hall on the interior, Carbon. There goes a super wall break. It's rolling in. Here it comes. Crack, bang, boom.
He makes his way in, pulls out a little bit of the clan castle, gets through the first headhunter here. And there's the enemy road champion standing there waiting patiently before this queen steps to help take her down. There's a little bit more of the clan castle. One more headhunter. The barbarians should be able to... Well, no, wait. The headhunter is actually behind the wall there. Rages up the queen yet again. Headhunter goes down, but there is the single target Inferno. Makes her invisible. She needs to take that single down, and then she can try to be able to stay alive here.
Oh boy, this is a difficult run. Dij has got a lot of force in the center. Late CC pull is good news here for the queen, who's taken so much fire from these expos. Really needs some additional help, though. Rage goes down, and with the poison to help out against those pups, it's going to be the main army that's going to save the day now. Soaring on straight through, the Dragon Riders are going to eliminate one of those expos, and with a big stone slammer right in the core, even though it's tornado trapped, that is going to be a gigantic army without any splash to fear. Those balloons are going to path straight on through for an overwhelming victory.
Absolutely. The Dragon Riders crushing their way through, and even still has a Royal Champion ability. What a beautiful attack. That queen getting brilliant value. That king helped funnel the queen straight to the middle of the space. The Dragon Riders coming from the right side made this attack look so easy on a base like this that I'm sure many Clashers they see, and they're just like, another ring base. Anything could go wrong, especially when you hit those types of designs. You try one thing and all of a sudden your troops go the wrong way. They don't go to the core to help secure at least a 2-star, but he was able to beautifully take that down where his troops didn't have to worry about that town hall poison. And now Carnage Gaming is looking really good.
Oh, they sure are. Lots to be happy about now with a star lead in the mid-war. And man, still 100% on the percentage game there. NY Amazing dropping down into the 80s means that even with the triple, they would still likely be behind if Carnage slips up and gets the 2, but Carnage are just so incredibly strong, just ripping apart limb from limb the edifice constructed by NY Amazing to try to stop this force. But with NY Amazing using recycled bases from yesterday, I think that this gives Carnage a bit of a leg up and an opportunity to kind of get a little bit of foresight into what to expect and shut it down quite expertly.
Absolutely. You have to really think about what bases you decide to use. And especially if you use rerun bases, your opponent is potentially going to have a really good idea of how to take them down. They could just be like, oh, we saw this base yesterday, and they know potentially where traps are, unless they move the traps, which is definitely possible to try to get into their heads. But a lot of the bases are really specifically designed for certain trap locations. So by switching the traps up on the fly may not always be the best call. You could really just switch up the defending CC. But on this attack from GYY, coming in with that Zap Lalo, starts out these heroes, does end up using the lightning spells to take out a little bit of the core compartment there. But now this Royal Champion's pushing her way through, and look at where this clan castle is located. It's pretty far away from this hero push, so he could try to get some incredible value without luring out that CC just yet.
Making her way downtown, lots of faces getting blasted by this Archer Queen, though. X-Bow Bolt up on top, finishes off now a scatter shot on the interior, and even without healers to top her off, that Unicorn is still doing some nice work. Just little tiny point defenses now firing away at her, and the defenses have really been concentrated over on the back side here. Does get the CC pull, and it's going to be a tricky one for her to have to deal with, holding on to that ability until it comes out, though. Gets a bing bang bomb on that air based defense. Lava Hound pops in with the poison up on top now to deal with those headhunters. Bit of a dicey, tricky response from GYY, who's about to lose the queen. But nonetheless, it is a confident move in here from the top side. Those wounds,
no.
oh my goodness, just evaporated Carbon.
Wow, all those balloons. He was definitely really late on that Warden ability. Did not protect all of them. He wanted the blimp and the balloons to help take the town hall down, and the Dragon Rider won't even take it down. So this is going to be a 1-star for NY Amazing.
No way. Well, that is the end of it, Carbon.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote.
Indeed.
It's in the bag. They bit the dust. They bought the farm. They've sealed the gate. They've sealed their fate. NY Amazing with a 1-star, despite a dip against Carnage Gaming, are now down and out. There is barely any hope for them to advance on, while the march of Carnage Gaming, a roar in the distance, the hum of war becoming a din of extreme violence, the domination, the total control. Carnage Gaming can hold a brick wall defense and smack you down with the other hand.
The big issue when you do an attack like this is where you send a blimp to fly over to get to the town hall. It's really difficult because think about it like this. If your Lalo comes towards the town hall and the blimp is going to the town hall, basically you're pushing everything to the town hall, you pop in the Warden ability, and then the town hall, let's say if it does even go down, then the balloons will still path their way near or around the town hall poison. Without a Warden ability to really protect them through that, they can absolutely get shredded. I tried attacks like that with a blimp mid-attack to go for a town hall as you're pushing closer to it. It never works out well and it falls short. But this one was the 1-star for NY Amazing. So Carnage Gaming is looking really good with their 3 triples and potentially on more rerun bases. Depends on what we see here, what the next base is. And here it is, the next base from NY Sue. We have Carnage Gaming pushing straight in towards this middle town hall. Teslas do pop up to the left by the Eagle Artillery, and we do have 2 single target Infernos here in the mix for this attack.
T21 from Carnage Gaming, ready to put the nail in the coffin and finish off strong. A big queen charge to the left corner will knock apart an Eagle artillery and potentially grab a multi and 2 air defenses. Super high value strike. Surely Sue anticipated this sort of entry, but oh my goodness, with the Coconut Loon grabbing a tornado trap, this is going to be a hard hold for Sue. Tituan gets even a headhunter stacked onto this queen charge to make sure that Barb King is going down. And with that headhunter suiciding straight through 2 big giant bombs, this queen is cleared for the finishing blow.
Yeah, Queen making her way through. Rocket Loons going out. There is the freeze, just so the Queen can now pick them off in time. Those Rocket Loons are nasty for Queen charges if you don't react. But here goes Super Wall Breaker to the top side to push that King to make his way up there. Does he go there to the air defense next? He goes to the AD, should loop back to the Arch Tower. There it is. There's a jump for the Queen to get access to the Town Hall. And here comes the Dragon Riders, the Royal Champion to the bottom side, pushing straight past this single target Inferno and the enemy Queen.
Tricky run here. Tituan Gaming is gonna hold, or Tituan from Carnage Gaming is gonna hold his own though with the Dragon Riders soaking. Oh, even more blasts. Oh, nice though! Eternal Tome catches 2 Seeking Air Mines, Carbon.
Yeah, the Queen though, will she step up? She does step back to the Town Hall to help take that down. The blimp just pops for the Yetis to come out to help take down and distract the scatter shot as the Dragon Riders are pushing their way through. There's a rage. Those raged up Yetis will do a lot of work, especially the Yeti mites here. Down goes the scatter. Just a few Dragon Riders left, 2 of them moving their way through, and the Queen stays alive to the top side. It will definitely be able to get through for a 3-star, but the question is, does he have the time to do it? I think he's got plenty of cleanup around. He does have 1 invisibility spell, which he could use it for the Queen if he wants to, but he doesn't at that point because the Queen is fully healthy, making her way through. And this is another triple for Carnage Gaming.
Awesome job, Carnage. Well done. 4 in a row. Such an incredible beginning to this war that has just surprised time and again on defense and offense. They are almost guaranteed that spot in the finals right there alongside QSFN, and that 1 in a million hope is becoming even better odds. If they pick up victory, they'll have 15 points and will be tied with NGT Legends on a tricky leaderboard finish that I'm not even sure how it's going to resolve, Carbon.
Well, if they finish in first, meaning they've already won this war, we know that, but they got to win the next war as well against QSFN, who did take down Space Station, and that is going to be a war. Both teams are looking really, really strong here, and Carnage Gaming is showing the mix, coming in with many different attacks. They can come in with Hogs, Super Bowlers, Lalo. Who knows? It's really hard to predict what they'll hit against your base. Really, at this point, it seems like they see your base and they'll just try to pick the perfect attack for it.
Yeah, they sure will. Not only on planning and execution, but on just that perfect start with identifying what sort of attack to throw at it. Really happy to see the success for Carnage Gaming, surprising and surging forward against a really tough team now in NY Amazing, a squad that has defeated Tompanai Empire to earn a golden ticket. Carnage Gaming beating them means that they can really lay claim to an incredibly strong run with seeding that implies victory over a golden ticket squad. They are really well positioned against QSFN, another golden ticket squad, to try to get this thing closed out. NY Shuai is going to give one last effort for the amazing performance that we've seen so far, but not going to be enough, if you ask me, to topple the Carnage Gaming behemoth.
No, at this point, even a 3-star will just tie this war on stars with another attack for Carnage Gaming. But we're looking at this Queen charge log launcher here. Will the Queen step in to grab the Eagle artillery? Looks like she will. Yeti over on the far left, actually grabbing some real nice funneling here. The Archer Tower goes down. The Yeti mites will come out, go over to the Wizard Tower, and can kind of split up, but not take that down. And here's another super wall breaker to continue this charge for the queen.
Running straight on back, and with the wind in their hair, Ninwai Shuai is forcing a deep deploy here now with this log launcher, trying to make it all the way to the town hall. Gets the CC partially finish the pull. There it comes. A Lava Hound out the top and a poison spell ready to drop. Here it is to knock out that Headhunter and make sure the pups don't have an easy time against this queen. Meanwhile, the large hero complement added up to the top side is going to get some support, I imagine, from a La Loon, just not ready to throw it in yet. Wow, a jump spell to get those heroes over the wall. This is going to be an interesting double play with the heroes, Carbon.
Yeah, with that Warden on ground, moving in, he can pop the King ability, pops his Warden Eternal Tome to protect. Yes, he protects the Headhunter just enough there. So this King and Roach Champion getting incredible value into the core. The Queen's continuing her charge to the town hall, pops her ability, but now he's got spells. He drops a Rage over to the top, scatter shot, and absolutely crushing this one. The balloons moving around. The ground heroes, the ground Warden to the top side with that jump was a beautiful use to get that value. Has the RC ability, skips across, down goes the Archer Tower, and plenty of balloons. He's got the cleanup around, and he even used the swag spells there for a 3-star for NY Amazing.
Great finish for NY Amazing, tying it up on stars at least. They can hope for maybe a disconnect from Carnage Gaming to get the win, but anything short of that, and we are about to see Carnage move on and take it all. Love to see a clever, strong finish, even though NY Amazing knew that there was basically no hope at that point. They were still willing to give their best effort to finish it off, and boy, were they rewarded. A 3-star to end it for NY Amazing leaves them with 12 stars. A bit of a dip relative to their prior performance, but that's kind of the same sort of standard that we've seen set even by other amazing teams that have been knocked out. Alternate Attacks and Tompanai Empire both eliminated when they came home with only 12 stars from their wars. NY Amazing is at least in good company, knowing that even though they fall with their heads held high.
Yeah, but they still have another attempt for trying to get third place, which they would be taking on Space Station, who's waiting in that match. But still, can Carnage Gaming put up the coveted war? I mean, I don't want to say it, I don't want to jinx it, but Carnage Gaming is still looking to try to get that done. They want to come in with all the 3 stars here and try to have the momentum moving into that next war against QSFN in the grand finals. Because still, Carnage Gaming needs to win first place to try to make it in towards the playoffs and not have to play in next week's last chance qualifiers of the Clash Masters. But here it is. Oh my goodness, look at this base from NY Late. I'm not gonna lie, I saw this exact base when I tried to do Royal, like with Royal Ghost, and this base is so annoying against Royal Ghost. But let's see how it defends a regular attack here.
I am ready. This is a wild and weird one. No walls to stop the strike. And it's just going to be crossing your fingers that the damage from these defenses, highly compacted in the middle, is not going to be enough to overwhelm and shut you down. It's going to be a full Rage Freeze setup after the CC goes down to a poison. And Viking, as long as he can keep his head on straight, might get the perfect war here for Carnage.
Well, let's see what he can do with this Queen charge. Just absolutely crushing her way straight to the core of the space. Being raged up with these healers, and I mean, what's going to be left after this here? The Town Hall should be going down here as he continues this charge. The Eagle's down. The Clan Castle has already been cleared. But here comes the Lalo to the top side. And I guess really any other attack once a player can know what a base to plan on. I don't think this base is really going to hold. I don't. There's the bunch of small bombs taking out the enemy heroes. And Carnage Gaming is looking to put up a perfect war here in this war.
Looking to put it up, and I think they are gonna do it. Well done to Viking. Not only an amazing defender getting that fantastic brick wall against NY Amazing, but finishing off with the 3-star as well. I think Viking is right next to Hugo Stiglitz in terms of skill and broad capability in this game. Carnage have just once again made a name for themselves, and what a storyline it would be to go from no points all the way to the top at the end in the very third and final Clash Masters qualifier of this second season, to score 15 points in 1 week and have that to be potentially enough to move on to the playoffs is incredibly surprising, and really shows the power and strength of just coming in once and giving it your all. Bodes well also for the teams next week in the last chance qualifier, where 4 more spots are up for grabs. But as we finish this one out, Carbon Finn, what are your thoughts on this war?
That was absolutely incredible performance from Carnage Gaming. The defense has really stood strong against NY Amazing, which means that Carnage Gaming will be advancing to the grand finals here, which we will be watching here today. So let's take a look at the bracket and what are the 2 matches still to come. So we have the finals, QSFN taking on Carnage Gaming, and then the 3rd place match, which will be the next war, is going to be Space Station taking on NY Amazing. So both these matches are still going to be fantastic. And NY Amazing, if they win this war, they will be able to secure a spot into the playoffs. So still, they have to be focused on this next war here against Space Station.
Yeah, keeping it all on the up and up, because otherwise you could drop and lose all of the progress that you've made in this week. This is already a really good spot for QSFN and Space Station, as well as Hagura Metal, knowing that their positions are secured. But with Carnage Gaming and NY Amazing still in these brackets and fighting for that final spot, there is still a big question mark for both of these wars yet to come, Carbon.
Yeah, the leaderboard as we stand right now. The live leaderboard, so points have been changing, have been adding, and you can take a look at that. NY Amazing, 1 point behind NGT Legends. So if they win, they will be able to move up. If you finish in 4th place, you don't get any additional points. So that's why this is a very important war here. And then Carnage Gaming can push their way to try to tie up NGT Legends. So there's still a lot on the line.
Yeah, there is a lot on the line with QSFN, Space Station, and Hagura secured, but NGT Legends now vulnerable to a surprise come from behind by Carnage Gaming. That 4th spot, and even jockeying for the position among the top 3, is still out there. So I think Hagura Metal is locked in 3rd position, kind of regardless of what happens. But QSFN and Space Station, depending upon how these next 2 war goes, could flip-flop in their spot, with QSFN taking 7 points total from today off of 1st place if Space Station lose that round. So yeah, I mean, there's $20,000 in this event, and most of it's going into the playoffs. So the seeding for that bracket entirely up to these teams now. And I think that with that, we have got a little bit of time to wait until the next war, Carbon.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what the plans are gonna be with these next couple of matches. We have the 3rd place match, and we have the grand finals. But to think about Carnage Gaming coming in with that perfect war, they really came in strong, and QSFN has been coming in strong. That is gonna be an epic grand finals match here in the 3rd qualifiers. It really comes down to these final points. You win, and you're potentially earning your way in. That's for Carnage. That's for NY Amazing. And then for QSFN and for Space Station, they're really kind of going for seedings here as well in the Clash Masters. So for the next war that we're going to be seeing, which is going to be the NY Amazing and the Space Station, it's going to come down to what is the defenses going to come in for NY Amazing. And they rerun some of the bases. I guess we will have to find out. But we will be back for the 3rd place match coming up very soon. So you do not want to miss it.
Stick with us. Howdy y'all and welcome back to Clash Masters. Our second season qualifiers are nearly over, Carbon Thin. We are in the bronze match now, where there's an opportunity to get all the way to the tip top and claim that spot for the playoffs. But you need to defend your honor and hold on tight, because NY Amazing, despite an incredible showing in previous weeks, has been slipping up. Now down into this bronze match, they have to get the win or else they might lose their spot to Carnage Gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look at what we have here in the brackets and where we currently stand for anyone that is just joining us. So we have the grand finals match, which is QSFN taking on Carnage Gaming, and then the third place match between Space Station and NY Amazing. That is going to be the very next war up here. And like you said, NY Amazing are looking to win and try to win a spot into the playoffs. So we could take a look also probably at the leaderboard, so we have a rough idea of where these teams are standing. Notice where QSFN and Space Station, both of them are up at the number 1 and number 2 seeds. They're looking to stay. They are in the playoffs. Same with Headgear Metal. So it all really comes down to this next one, NGT Legends. They are trying to hang on. Carnage Gaming and NY Amazing are coming that much closer and are trying to approach them right there for the 4th spot. So there's a lot on the line for these wars here.
Right you are. So QSFN ahead now of Space Station Gaming really wants to secure that lead because, as we've said before, third place is going to pick up another 2 points. It's possible that if Space Station get their win while QSFN drop, that QSFN could actually sacrifice that first place position. So Space Station's still in this for the playoffs positioning first seed opportunity, while QSFN need to get the win in order to lock it away.
Absolutely. They are trying to get that spot. And Space Station, we'll have to see what they're going to come in with. They came so close from defeating QSFN. They were 1 building away, 99%. If Crazy Ryan was able to 3-star his final attack, it could have helped them potentially be promoted to the grand final match. But either way, Space Station is taking on NY Amazing, who has been running some common bases that we have seen, and there's been some burnt bases that the pro players may have be ready for. But NY Light is coming in for NY Amazing against Nick's base here, and we are again seeing another use of these super boulders, starting with that Warden Walk to try to grab this scatter shot.
This is going to be a long bomb start here for NY Light, who has had success with these super bowlers in the past. Unfortunately, has to throw away that poor little Electro Owl with this Warden Walk, taking a bit of time out here in the left corner, but a scatter shot is a fantastic target to grab.
It absolutely is. When you can set up the funnel to grab an important defense like a scatter shot, Inferno Tower, or even the Town Hall, then you can push your way through so it doesn't hit your healers or anything as you move your way on by. Super Bowlers making their charge straight in. There's the jump, give him access straight to this multi-target Inferno. And now he's going to try to combine the War Internal Tome with the Super Bowlers. Get ready. There's a Rage and a Warden ability through all these Seeking Air Mines in the core. That is looking brilliant for this value in the charge so far.
Awesome shot by NY Light. NY Amazing are ready to finalize this position with a good, strong, heavy hit. Super Bowlers have picked up 3 stars time and again when they were used, and it is looking ever more likely that that will be the case again. Sneaky Super Minion dodges the poison. It's going to give a little bit of trouble here to the healers, but that Queen is there to save the day. 1:22 for cleanup. There is still so much left in this army to finish it off that even though these walls are going to be a little bit tricky to kind of have to path around and knock down, I think that NY Light is going to get this 3-star, Carbon.
With that RC ability still in attack, can easily help push its way around. The Baby Dragon taking out the cannon and that Archer Tower. There's some brilliant value from that one Baby Dragon. Can drop some wizards out and around for cleanup. There's the RC ability, skips around. Doesn't even have to worry about the time with just about under 50 seconds left. The Queen's ability goes off, but this Raw Champion is going to help clean up the rest of the base now for a 3-star. to start off strong for NY Amazing, and this is exactly the start they need here in this war against Space Station.
Oh, it certainly is, Carbon. Happy to see that they get a strong lead as well, because as we know, whenever you miss that first attack, you can be in a really big shortfall for the remainder of the war. This really indicates that we are going to go down to the wire now with an opportunity to really keep this war humming until the end. With In My Amazing using Super Bowlers right out of the gate and picking up another triple against a Space Station squad that kind of similarly positioned against QSFN had a bit of difficulty running the star game up. I think NY Amazing were faltering and stumbling against Carnage Gaming in the previous war, really kind of only because they were a star behind and knew that they had to go for really risky off the wall sorts of plays. So with the lead to start with, does NY Amazing now have a better position against Space Station relative to where you kind of expected this war to shape out in the beginning?
Well, they're definitely in a great spot at this point, but it's really early. It's kind of too early to tell in terms of what kind of the rest of the bases will hold, because we saw the 1-star coming for NY Amazing in their previous war against Carnage Gaming, who did put up that perfect. So it really comes down to what bases they have decided to run. Will it be the exact same that they just ran against Carnage, that they gave up the perfect war, or will it be something different that they're choosing? And we're going to see what is the next attack going to be for Space Station. And this is the first attack for them of this war. And Crazy Ryan is starting this war off. He closed out the last war. He was the final attacker, but now he's going first. And he's going in with a Queen Charge Lalo, and absolutely one of his favorite attack strategies to use in Clash of Clans.
And he is making headway directly into this compartment, cracks that air defense, and will continue the reign of assault toward that town hall. Is this going to be... Yes, it will be another super wall break on that bottom corner to get even deeper into that base. Gets the CC pull as well, and there's a lot of headhunters in there. Freezes them up. Good job there to Crazy Ryan, and a Rage on top, but forces the ability. Bad news there.
Yeah, the early Queen ability is going to be, it's going to be really tough, but you can still push through as long as you keep your attention on this Queen even more. You don't want that Queen go down, because look at the value that he needs to push through. There's a single target Inferno on the back side of here. Pushes through this Grand Warden, rages his Queen up again. He's going to have to freeze the town hall to protect these healers. Not just yet. He freezes up the scatter shot, makes them invisible. But this King ability helps clear this compartment so he can push his way through, sends the World Champion to make her way to the bottom multi. But there is the defending King standing over there, so she may get stalled up onto him unless decides to use a free.
Down in the valley below, it is going to be a terrifying sight at the horizon. Balloons protected by Eternal Tome are making their way to the top compartment, where a scatter shot and air defense are the main targets. Haste spell right over on top. That enemy Queen can do nothing to stop this rain of destruction, Carbon.
Oh my, Tasso's pop on the top side, pushing his way to the back end. Eagle Artillery, but that multi-target Inferno is standing in the core and by that defending King. And this is going to be a defense for NY Amazing. This is exactly the start they need. And Crazy Ryan is going to only be in the mid-80s here unless he grab a little bit more percentage. But what a surprising defense here. Typically, you see Crazy Ryan coming in with some of the strongest Queen Charge Lalo attacks, but that early Queen ability being forced really hurt. But even though she didn't make her way through, didn't get die off really too quickly there, but looks to be finishing right around an 86%. 80, no, grabs one more building for the 87% 2-star there, Woody.
Harsh finish here for Crazy Ryan, a striker who had picked up a lot of potential in prior wars, but as the lead here, letting the squad down, and just with the 2-star, that is going to put NY Amazing in a pretty convincing spot. Has Space Station lost the morale edge that they had coming in? You know, they still will be able to move on and get that nice spot later in the playoffs, but it is really seeming like they are starting to kind of crumble. They need to rebuild and build back better, as our friends over across the pond say. Do you think Space Station could salvage this one, or is NY Amazing just going to come in over the top now and finish it off?
Oh, I definitely think they can easily make a comeback after that. Yeah, it's an 87%, but we've seen a 1-star coming from NY Amazing before, and if NY Amazing tried to take a huge risk, it could backfire, but also it could result in a 3-star. We'll have to see what the next attack is going to be, and it is the Hydra. It looks like 7 dragons and a few dragon riders in the mix. Tends to be on the safer side unless the blimp does not make it all the way across to the town hall, which it looks like he is sending the dragon riders dragons across, pops an early ward ability, or maybe just decides to send the blimp from the town hall side.
NY Neon from NY Amazing. The next to hit has a wide spread on these dragons. Getting some firepower breathing down on the Barbarian King below actually allows that Eagle Artillery to repair back up and get another salvo off. That builder hut is just going to be ever so annoying, and Agent 33 is going to have a little bit more left to say with traps triggering on the right side corner, trying to freeze and shut down this assault on the town hall, but no dice. I think Neon has just done it right out of the gate. We are not even a minute into the attack, and this base is already 2/3 gone, Carbon.
Well, we've got a scatter shot that's still up here. We've got the hero ability, so... Oh, wait, we haven't even dropped the Royal Champion yet. Hold on. We've got no wall break for this bottom side. As long as this RC can go and make her way and path her way to the scatter shot, he should be able to push his way through with the poison spell potentially onto these ground skeletons. More ground skeletons are popping. King's ability goes off. I think he should have enough with this RC ability. Down goes the ground expo to the Royal Champ. But a lot of the dragons kind of died off there early, but it might just have enough here with the RC ability and the Queen ability still intact. There's the ability going off with the poison. This RC should be able to take out the final scatter shot, which is right there, and there it is. Another triple coming in for NY Amazing.
Brilliant job. Beautiful performance. Such a quick strike, and that is what you want to see with dragons. Just kind of leaves me wondering how Space Station can respond now with 2 3-stars really rolling in hard against them, and NY Amazing showing relatively a spam attack compared to the prior hits that they've put up. Just being able to mass drag and swarm that base, a pancake slap against the side, big heavy open-handed charge that, I mean, identified all the key targets, finished off an Eagle Artillery early on, and made it all the way to the back end with another sneaky charge in to the town hall with that battle blimp. Just really seemed to get everything checked off, and happy to finish it off the way they did.
Yeah, and it shows you the strength of the heroes and why you typically see the Royal Champion being used towards the end of these types of attacks, because that RC continues to move around to help finish off those final buildings. If you use that Royal Champion early to get the values to the funnel, it could be good, but really you want to try your best to try to have these dragons go in and save that Royal Champion for the end. Typically, it's not like that for every single base, not for every single attack, but for the most part, that end Royal Champion clutches up so many attacks. Even though when you just do, let's say, a completely different attack, that Royal Champion at the end of the day is probably what saved me so many times from getting the 3 stars.
Yeah, and the later you can get that ability off, even better. Being able to hop over walls and finish off isolated defenses is super helpful. But, I mean, the shield just from across the entire map to knock down whatever may be surprising out on the far edge, whether it's Teslas or even getting point defenses down, is always a big shot in the arm. That's why I really love seeing her deployed late as opposed to a Sui dive early on. You have really got to be extremely careful and have your game dialed up to 11 if you're going to do a Sui dive at the start. Make sure that every crucial building is destroyed, and especially not even being able to see where the Teslas are at. It requires perfect planning, as opposed to a finishing blow with the Royal Champion like we saw there that just got the triple, which can kind of be used a lot more flexibly to finish off whatever still may remain and ensure that you don't time out, since she's able to hop over those walls and has really high DPS when maxed out.
100%. Now, Space Station is going to have to answer. What is going to be their next attack? We saw 87% two-star from Crazy Ryan to start off the war. Now, Nick for Space Station is coming in, and he's trying to bring in the... Well, it's the Suilal. He's got 2 lightning spells, maybe for the sweeper, typically, is what the lightnings would be used for, unless he tries to use the lightning to help drop on a sweeper and the clan castle on the oh, there's a hole in the base right there next to the scatter shot. Okay, so he's just going to look to take the scatter shot down here with his king.
All right, it looks like he is successful, and that is a big hole punch in the bottom corner. Interesting charge down there, manages to get it all the way through, and I think he's going to be happy with how that started off, Carbon.
Well, he took down the enemy raw champion and a scatter shot. I would say that's some nice value there, so that is definitely a base building error. Decided to not drop an ice golem to protect the king a little bit more, to try to take down a little bit more of that compartment. But either way, drops an invisibility spell for his royal champion in towards this eagle artillery. Pops the ability, but it doesn't look like... Oh, this royal champion's going to the skelly, so she's not going to go to the eagle artillery. Though, and he's got no wall breakers to bust through to get a little bit deeper in towards that air expo, though.
Ooh. Nick is still powering through. The Stone Slammer is taking a lot of air defense fire there. But as soon as that goes down, it should have pretty free reign in the bottom side of this base. Air targeting Expo is in a bit of an unfortunate development for Nick to have to face off against, because the balloons are about to pop, and whatever comes out of the Stone Slammer is going to have a lot to reckon with over on the left corner here. But with a triple Lalu... What?
Oh, 3 hounds all in the same spot. Oh, you hate to see it. It happens.
Was that a fat finger?
Yeah.
Oh, man, and a bomb goes off on those pups.
Oh. Yeah, now he's moving his way around the town hall. The balloon dies and should activate it due to the death damage. No balloons. Hello. Minions target the town hall, so the balloons backtrack. Oh, no. Nope, they don't even backtrack there. He's going to pop the War Internal Tomes, basically forced at this point. Raises the town hall, looking to at least just save the 2-star, but this war is just not going right for Space Station. Things are going down real fast, and NY Amazing are really pulling away here. The defense, that hole in the base, I mean, maybe it was just designed to really throw off your opponent there, but the Royal Champion scattershot goes off, and I don't know, not dropping an ice golem down there was a little bit iffy there, not trying to grab that whole compartment, but that Royal Champion dodging the Eagle Artillery really hurt. And that multi-target Inferno standing right there in the middle, it would have done so much work either way as he pushes his way around.
Nick is toast. Finished off with an Eagle Artillery still left standing. The triple drop of that Lava Hound might have done him in. No protection for the balloons to path along the backside, but still with that hard-to-reach multi-target Inferno, that seems to be the staple defense that holds on to a lot of these attacks, especially for broad-ranged attacks like Laloon, hybrid armies that rely on a big clump to swarm in at the end. If there's a multi-target Inferno in the center, that's almost as important as like the CC to knock down early on, or at least have a plan for the end to make sure that the cleanup doesn't just get melted in front of those 5 beams coming out.
Yeah, usually you tend to see the lightning spell being used on a core base, especially with like a Nick loves to use like the Zap Lalo, but we have to see. And problem is, if GYY gets another 3-star for NY Amazing, they are really looking to take the advantage. But actually, Woody, there's actually now with the upgraded Inferno Tower, there's now 6 Inferno beams. So you have to be very careful for attacks like this, especially with the Super Bowlers, because you have to try to have that protection, because all these Super Bowlers and even more could get hit by multi-target Infernos.
Yeah, big potential upset here if GYY does take those strikes down, and with that single target Inferno up on the top side as well, to really frustrate and focus fire on any heroes that make it along the backside or Super Bowlers. There are a lot of potential threats here. Hopping over walls just on the outer edge with a jump spell like that really kind of suggests to me that GYY felt constrained, couldn't use super wall breaks for just such an easy entry. CC is going to pop out, and it's a Lava Hound, nothing that the bowlers can fire away at, and that's going to rely on it looks like that Grand Warden to take a few snipe shots down. Archer Queen's helping out, and with the Eternal Tome, it's not going to be a pretty tricky spread as the troops are going to path part to the top and part to the bottom.
Well, with that Town Hall actually going down from the Super Bowler skipping through, he's dropping jumps all over the place here because he can't end up actually taking the Super Wall Breakers because he's got one Super Troop of the Super Bowlers. He's got a second Super Troop of the Sneaky Goblins, so you can't take a third one there. But now these Super Bowlers are continuing their push around, and look at this. He's got Queen ability, and these Super Bowlers are getting some incredible skip value, taking out Archer Towers, the air defenses across. The Queen's even got her ability, so she beats through the wall. So now it's a matter of just time and where they kind of go to help finish off grabbing this base.
Interesting. Really glad to see the single go down because that was the big potential end of this strike. Queen can reach the cannon from the inside the walls and now will pop the ability for maximum DPS for this outer edge sweep. I don't think there's anything well protected by walls on the interior that can deny the last lines of defense along the upper edge.
Yeah, it comes down to the Queen and the Archers with only 17 seconds left. You can drop a Sneaky Goblin to help take down one of these mines. He finally does. With 10 seconds, down goes the storage, down goes the collector, and down goes the cannon for another 3-star for NY. Amazing. Taking down Marno's base with the Super Bowlers.
Awesome job to them. They are really happy to see those Super Bowlers come in once again and grab that victory. A powerful Ascendant squad being leveraged by NY Amazing, a team that is perfect so far and really squashing Space Station like a bug. They are being dropped out of orbit and hovering just barely above the surface of the water, hoping to re-emerge with 3 triples in a row. That would still only get them up to 13 stars total, and with NY Amazing at 9 already and the potential to go for a perfect one, this is going to be a frustrating finish for Space Station.
Yeah, Graticus needs to put up a 3-star. Looks to come in with that Zap. Lalo has 5 Lightning and the Earthquake to help take down an Inferno Tower. Looks like that's what he wants to take down in the core, which is the Builder Hut and a Sweeper combination. Now starts off with the Giant off to the right side with the Road Champion. So the Giant's tanking a little bit. The RC's moving her way through with a Balloon Minion onto the Mortar. Let's see, drops a Skelly spell. The Road Champion is invisible. Some Headhunters, and he wants to secure the Scatter, the Queen, and this whole area in here with his Road Champion.
Big shield tossed off is going to knock a few more buildings out, but the distraction!
No.
She does not get the scatter, Carbon!
Wait, she does!
Wait, what Lassie did!
The Lassie,
Good
the
girl,
final.
Lassie!
Oh my goodness, the final shot. And usually whenever a Headhunter comes over to hit your Royal Champion, you tend to have to pop her ability right away because you won't be able to get your RC ability off if Headhunters start hitting it, but just was able to get that one done. Now he moves his way through, does have a poison spell for the Howl once it pops to help clear through these lava pups right here. Very nice, easy work through that. But now the King's ability goes off. The Ice Golem should protect through this area. Bomb Tower goes through, small bombs, Skeleton Trap pops. But this Queen needs to secure this Town Hall as he's continuing this charge. But then he even has the Stone Slimer to move his way through the bottom side if he wants to direct target and take out this Eagle Artillery quickly. And that's exactly what he decides to do.
This is a big wide spread of his forces, willing to sacrifice the Queen along the upper edge on that Sui dive, still leaving a single target Inferno up, but that's no problem at all for a massive balloon wave. Now approaching from the bottom side with excellent funneling job. That air defense is going to go down and gets more support from the Lava Hound, which is going to path along now to that bottom one. There's only one left along the top side, and with the Stone Slammer to protect for that, I think Hereticus' plan is coming together perfectly.
Yeah, it's looking really good with the phrase on the top. Scattershot, the Stone Slammer's moving around. There's a haste spell. Beautiful. Warden Eternal Tome pinpoints the Royal Champion with the Headhunters to help take her down. These balloons are moving their way around. Even has a Dragon Rider to help join in with the mix. That is only a single target Inferno with all these balloons still up. That is not going to do anything. That is even also only a ground expo. So Graticus is looking to try to put up a 3-star if he's got the time. The balloons do have to make their way around, though, so it might just be a time issue at this point. Uh-oh.
Tricky
oh, no.
finish. Graticus is going to be able to get all the defenses finished off, but 10 seconds is not enough for the outer edge. I think a barracks on top and still too many in the center.
Oh!
Can he do it? 3 seconds.
No.
They lock onto the storage. It's got too many hit points, Carmen.
Oh. 98% for Graticus. What a beautiful attack there. Just time was the issue in this hit for Space Station and just not going Space Station's way this war. And NY Amazing is looking to try to take this to get a spot into the playoffs for the Clash Masters. We're looking at the score right now, and NY Amazing are up by 3 stars for the same amount of attacks used. Wow.
Yeah, that's like an entire additional attack that NY Amazing has been able to get off, and I think Space Station are just demoralized. I don't mean to kick them while they're down, but like this is beating a dead horse at this point to say how far ahead NY Amazing have gotten.
Yeah.
Let's just celebrate their victorious march onward as Shuai from NY Amazing will make the next stab with Queen Charge Lalo, holding on to that log launcher for the big slog through the core of the base. Probably wants to keep it north of these Inferno towers, though otherwise could get a lot of burn damage on the backside. Pathing is starting to look pretty good, though, with the Queen punching a hole into the middle section here, taking down an enemy multi-target Inferno. Ought to get the CC pull as well. Getting a lot of fire from that scatter shot in the Tesla farm. It's just one Tesla. Maybe a farm still could be in that compartment, but with the CC pull out, oh no, she's actually going to path down and not up.
Yeah, he's going to have to deal with these triple ice golems. And look at the angle. These healers are going to get frozen 3 times, so he's going to have to freeze up this scatter shot, or he makes him invisible, which actually reroutes the ice golems. The Queen gets raged back up. The actual invisibility spell was clutch to push this Queen continually in towards the scatter, and then he'll be able to deal with these ice golems a little bit later when these healers are not really in jeopardy for this charge. But wait a second, the ice golems are going to come back, so they're going to get close again, and once they're killed off, the healers will get frozen once more.
Another freeze for the healers, but at least that Queen is still pretty much topped off, Carbon. I don't think that the freeze is going to result in her going down. Just a bit more of a slowdown for this log launcher, which is hoping to get some entry point at some time here, but we're already just a minute 15 left and no stars yet for Shuai.
If we think about it, slowing down a log launcher is actually pretty important, because remember, the log launcher's health slowly decreases over time. So if you end up freezing the log launcher in place, it's going to not be able to get as many logs off and be able to open as much walls into the core. And look at this. 3 giant bombs right through here into this compartment, maybe even a 4 where the other side of that scatter, but the Queen's ability goes off, and here comes that Lalo right over the town hall, moving his way through the tornado traps right in the middle of the base. But the Queen's lost her healers already, and the Queen is down. The freeze didn't freeze the town hall. Oh
no, does finally get it off there, but only 28 seconds left. Second star is claimed.
Warden.
A furious force moving upwards and outwards toward the last lines of defenses, but I don't think Shuai left enough time to get him down, Carbon.
No, with a jump spell trying to be used for the balloons. It's a pretty OP spell once you're moving away with the Lalo, but too bad it won't do anything for the air balloons with 5 seconds left. And it's looking like at this point it's just going to be a time fail after all of that. What a nice try from NY Amazing, but going to fall short on Graticus base. The time is going to be the issue, but they are looking healthy. They are way ahead in this war no matter what. They know they're going to win this one. They're going to be walking away. We've got a set of attacks, 2 more to come in from Space Station. The best they can do is to try to put up 12 stars, and NY Amazing are looking to put up 13 or even the 14 stars.
Yeah, they sure will. And in this third place match, we know that the points are going to be crucial for the final placement of these teams, with now NY Amazing making that win happen over Space Station, all but guaranteed. Space Station and third place are going to have a total of 25 leaderboard points. With QSFN going up, they are going to need that 27 to topple and overcome. Actually, hold on. No, I take that back. Space Station getting 4th place means that they don't get any additional points. So QSFN, just with second, should have 1st place in the playoffs.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah,
well,
sorry about the reversal there, but I think that's what we're seeing now.
Incredible. We'll have to see now what Agent for Space Station can do with these Super Witches. It's actually going to be Super Witch with a bat spell. So let's see. Only 3 Super Witches in the mix. Going to have to drop these healers onto the Warden. Is he going to even invest a rage spell for this Warden as he passes on by the single target Inferno? Or is he just going to start the Super Witches after this storage go... Or not? Nope. He doesn't wait till the storage goes down. And the Warden goes back for the... Wait, what? Warden doesn't know what he wants to do.
Oh, Warden. Oh my. Pathing right next to the Queen, though. At least we're back on track. And the cold storage took a lot of shots, but didn't go down. Got to get repaired up. A little bit of wasted time here for Agent 33. What? There's even a Super Witch going for that gold storage now.
What?
That's a big loss for one Super Witch to path on out.
Yeah.
She lost her friends, Carbon.
Yeah, and that's why you really want to set up the funnel with that Grand Warden, because he lost that one Super Witch and the funnel wasn't set, so he doesn't have it into the middle. But now there's the King ability. He's going to move his way over to the enemy World Champion platform. Now he paths his way into the core multi-target Infernos, but I don't see where... He's got not that many Super Witches still alive. He's trying to continue their push through, but the healers are struggling to transfer off, and there's the Tornado Trap for the Blimp.
Spins it around into Seeking Airmine to hit it as well, but not going to get any value as that Town Hall will hold up. Big Giant Bomb explodes, but as the remaining troops trickle on out, there were a few minions in there even. Sneaky Goblins on the backside are going to be able to get the kill there after all. First star is claimed, and less than a minute to get the other 2 here for Agent 33.
He's got his Royal Champion still to use with an Ice Golem. Freezes up that Wizard Tower. He sends the Royal Champion in towards the Scatter Shot. He's got 3 freeze. No! Luckily, the bats were just out of range. Now they're coming in, and the Scatter Shot is distracting on the Royal Champion just perfectly here.
Ooh, the freeze is out, shutting it down. Bats are swarming across. There's only 1 more freeze, though, and a multi-shot Wizard Tower on the file end of this base. Could be the end. Needs to get the freeze perfectly. There it is. Shuts it down.
Yeah.
Knock apart the single. Oh, a little bit of a spread there as the bats go for both. That's good news for Agent 33, but nothing on the barracks up top. A Barbarian King protecting his platform. I don't think cleanup can happen quick enough, Carbon.
Yeah, with under 5 seconds left now, the bats will be able to help finish this off no matter what. But it's going to be a time fail for Agent of Space Station. And it's just only been a 2-star war so far. And they just can't seem to get the answer against any of the bases for NY Amazing, who actually just gave up the perfect war against Carnage Gaming, who we'll be seeing next, taking on QSFN.
Well, good luck to you. The finals is going to be a fiercely fought competition because Carnage needs that first place spot in order to challenge in GT Legends. But QSFN, now seeing Space Station fall, know that their position at the #1 lead is secured with 24 points. Unless we see some insane turnaround here in this one currently right now. It's going to be QSFN in first place, Space Station in second, Hagura Metal in third, and then fourth place will be between NGT Legends already with 15 points and Carnage Gaming trying to pick up.
Well, we're going to see NY Sue of NY Amazing coming in with a Queen in Charge Hog Rider tech. You'd love to see these type of attacks that typically aren't meta, right? With these hogs. And will the queen be able to get the value in towards the town hall and the multi-target inferno? We saw this space. I remember seeing this space just before in the previous war where they ended up using a lightning spell near the Ground Expo and the Grand Warden, but this one is going to be a completely different play with the hogs here just charging this queen straight up into the town hall. Going to take his time through this lava hound to be able to help set this funnel up so that then he can get the hog riders going in.
Straight up and charge through. I do have to amend what I had previously said, though. With NY Amazing picking up third place, they actually will get 16. And that means that Carnage Gaming is not going to have enough, even if they get first place next. So our 4 spots will be finalized with a single star claimed by NY Amazing. And that's all going to be over with Sue's attack now starting very slowly, I got to say. But knowing that they're going to get the win with just a single one, I guess that they have the time to make a risky entry.
And we're at the sea with what the queen can grab. We've got the raid spell down onto her to keep her going. And there it is. Town hall has been secured. Moving her way in towards the bomb tower. Now the mortar taking his time through the multi-target inferno. But here comes the hog riders moving their way straight through the wizard tower, the ground expo, the defending king. Get ready for the grand warden internal tome with the heal spell. And the ability goes off. Not yet. He's surviving through these giant bombs. He's being patient to not and hang on. Finally pops that war internal tome for the hogs.
They are storming through in mighty fashion, making their approach now to a juicy core where a scattershot is firing away on all cylinders. Big splash damage for that little clump that still yet remains, and even able to hit those heroes out back. Freeze is down now to shut apart that compartment, and the last ability ready to be used by this royal champion. Hold on to it for dear life, though, because that is a big tight compartment on the backside, and if you're able to use it at the last second, protection with the invisibility spell as well. I think Sue has done it. Even with little time remaining, he might just get this triple on the board.
With the RC ability still intact, should be able to pop it here to skip to these final buildings. And there it is. And he makes the final one invisible, and he's got to wait it out. He waits out these barracks, and he will still be able to get the 3-star for NY Amazing. Oh my goodness, imagine you make it invisible, then you time fail. Oh man, wow.
Yeah, that was about to be a heartbreaker, really crazy, awkward finish there, but nonetheless able to pull it off anyways. Congrats there to NY Amazing. They will take third place over Space Station on an almost clumsy invis spell at the last second. He just wanted to make it interesting for his carpet. And you know, he wanted to make a sweat a little bit there at the end of that one, right?
Pretty much, absolutely. But he got it done with the invisibility spell. Either way, at the end, didn't really make the difference. Came in with a 14-star performance here for NY Amazing. We do have one more attack from Space Station to be coming in, but still, Space Station is getting points that they know they're going to be making the playoffs. So at this point, they're okay. They're going to be focused on the playoff match. They don't have to play in the last chance qualifiers, so Space Station is still looking good, and at this point they're just having some fun. We'll see what Marnall can do with the drag bat. Has 9 dragons, taking a heavy dragon push here, and then potentially maybe can send the queen near the town hall, because sending a dragons into the town hall is never ideal due to the talent poison. Yep, there's the queen. And the king is about to get close to actually probably pulling off this clan castle. Let's keep our eye on it.
Big clobbering start here for Marinal, who is gonna have a difficult time in this alleyway. Poor king is getting chomped and bitten. He is gonna have to go to the burn ward now because he just took a little bit too much fire out there. But the royal champion is happy to continue the fight here. That right side compartment is knocked apart, and she might even go get the scatter shot afterwards too. Ooh, Tesla pops up and skeletons to distract. That might be bad news for her.
Yeah, unfortunately, the royal champion wasn't able to get any more there, but did take out a little bit to the right side. Now here comes a stone slammer, not sending in the blimp to go in for that core multi-target inferno and that sweeper. So these dragons and dragon riders are going to get pushed back slowly as they push their way straight through the defending king. We do have one ice golem to distract a outside wizard tower potentially for these bats to move their way through.
Yeah, this is a big bat army, and here it comes, all deployed, and protection for them is good.
Oh.
Ice Golem is going to stoke the shots there, and yeah, the freeze is coming out, stopping that scatter in its tracks, and the bats are starting to spread. No big splash damage on the backside of the space, and that is going to be it, Carbon Fin. I don't see any way for Shuai to hold off against Marinol's massive aerial bombardment.
We finally got our first 3-star from Space Station here in this war. Well done. That freeze that was on the scatter shot was just perfectly timed to protect those bats. Literally, I thought the scatter shot got its shot off and would have absolutely wrecked those bats. But look at how many dragons are still alive in this raid. Beautiful job from Marna coming away with that 3-star. But it's only going to be putting up the 11-star performance here from Space Station. You know, they're not happy with that, but still, either way, they will be finishing here 4th place in the Clash Masters, still walking away with some money. But at the end of the day, NY Amazing win 3rd place, which means they're going to get enough points to be able to advance to the playoffs. So let's go and take a look at the bracket and where we currently stand here. And we saw that NY Amazing in this war won, defeated Space Station, which means now we have the grand finals of QSFN taking on Carnage Gaming next, and that will be an incredible war, Woody.
It sure will. Congratulations to NY Amazing. That victory there ensures that they will get that 4th and final spot in the playoffs. After all, Carnage Gaming, unfortunately, because of the way Space Station and NY Amazing shook that last one out, is not going to have a shot. But potentially 15 points would get them tied up with NGT Legends, at least for that final last chance qualifier taking place next week. We are ready to send this one out, though, because we've got a little bit of time to prepare, building these bases and prepping our armies for the final war, the last one of this Clash Masters qualifier series of week 3. And boy, howdy, Carbon Fin, between QSFN and Carnage Gaming, teams that have put up perfect wars and have been smashing their way through a qualifier series, knocking down Hagura Metal, Space Station, Nishang Dance, and NY Amazing. If you wanted to see the best war that Clash Masters has to offer, just be here in 5 minutes. We will get into it. Howdy y'all, and welcome back to Clash Masters. We have our final war of our second season qualifiers. QSFN and Carnage Gaming in the fight for $1,500. We have got some implications for playoff positioning on the points to get into the last chance qualifier. But as it stands, all four teams now are locked in for our playoffs taking place in a few weeks. Carbon Fin, it is great to be back with you. How are you feeling, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. We got our final war here, like you mentioned. So let's go ahead and bring the viewers back up to speed of where we currently stand in the bracket and what is this match that we're going to be seeing. The grand finals of the third qualifiers here for the Clash Masters of Season 2. Yes, this is the second season here. QSFN taking on Carnage Gaming. Both these teams have been doing fantastic so far and taking down fierce competition to make it to this point. We already do know, obviously, the teams that are going to be playing in the playoffs, which include Space Station, QSFN. We saw NY Amazing and then Hagur Metal. But then we have next week, which is going to be the last chance qualifiers of the Clash Masters. If you finish in the top 4, then you join the playoffs later in several weeks from now, where you'll be fighting your way to try to get a piece of that $20,000 total prize pool for the Clash Masters, Woody.
Yeah, half of that going out on the playoffs week itself. So opportunity to get in and take a big chunk of that is definitely appealing. $5,000 for first place team out of this season. That's what Alternate Attacks earned last time around. Wow. Let's see how this one finishes off our qualifiers, though. It's going to be Leo from QSFN to Leo the Charge in 7 dragons and a triplet of dragon riders for a mighty aerial bombardment. We don't have any healers for this queen, so she's just going to be pathing along the outer edge and starting to help out with that funneling, Carbon.
Yeah, with that queen pushing her way towards this air defense, he wall breaks the queen in, then he wall breaks the queen out to continue her path around. Brilliant, actually, great idea there. But he's going to pop an early one, Billy, protects all the balloons, dragons, dragon riders, and that blimp as it pushes closer to that town hall. There's a clone spell just on the other side. Balloons get pushed all over the place. Invests a free spell for this. And can this town hall go down? He's going to lose a lot of the balloons to the town hall Giga Explosion. But did he get the value for these dragons as they push their way towards the Seagull Artillery?
That's still a big question mark on my mind too, Carbon. These dragons are just taking a beating from this big spread. You can't really keep them well protected by the life aura if they're so far out of here. And with a still seeing an air defense holding on. Oh my gosh, it goes down! Oh. The dragon gets it. And it's just the Royal Champion now having to face off against a Scatterer. Can she do it? Freezes out. There's still another one left to use. Leo quickly drops it. Can he go the distance?
Oh, yeah. With his King and Queen ability still intact, the RC is looking to just hang on here. Down goes the Air Expo. And a brilliant attack here from Leo of QSFN. Makes it look so easy. Using these dragons, the Hydra with the clone spell, getting it done. It only decided to take 1 clone spell, which we tend to typically see like 2 to even 3 being used, but didn't need it there and got a beautiful start for QSFN. Well done, Leo.
Hot shot, Leo. Excellent work to QSFN to start this one confidently. They are going to need that against Carnage Gaming because even though QSFN is one of the highest hit rate teams in this lineup, they are nonetheless going up against a squad that just like tosses down perfect wars like it is nothing. Yeah. They are going to need some good defense on top of that great 3-star start if they want to go toe-to-toe with these giants ascendant now.
Yeah, fantastic way to start off this war. And that's what you need to do. In a war of this caliber with these teams, you got to be putting up the 3 stars. And yeah, we know Carnage Gaming, even though if they come in first place here, they can't make the playoffs, but they're still fighting for prize money. If they win first place, they take home $1,500. So that's still a lot of money. That's like many league tournaments' grand prize on the line. So they're still focused and they're still trying to win this war.
Yeah, right you are, Carbon. There is so much up for grabs in Clash Masters, the premier COC esports event for aspiring teams looking to crack into the World Championships. We are seeing history before our very eyes being written as Carnage Gaming now musters their strength to try to overcome a Brazilian team that has just been on top this whole season. Getting now this lead up over and above Space Station. They are the #1 team in this leaderboard, undisputed. Can Carnage Gaming slay the giant?
We will see what the next attack going to be. That P.E.K.K.A smash. Fabian of Carnage Gaming starting off with the Balloon Warden down south at 6. We're going to see these healers being deployed. Needs to take out the scatter shot to set up the funnel. We do have that double multi-target Inferno section in the core of the space. So this is where a log launcher could come across from the left side to open all the way through.
Rage along the bottom, and the Queen still waiting in the wings to join up. It's a really deep Warden walk to get this enemy scatter shot. It's going to take a while to finish it off here. We are just about a minute in, though, and I'm liking the start so far. You didn't spend all that too much time on the Warden walking. Quick drops the Queen immediately after. Balloon up top to try to soak a seeking air bomber. 2. Not going to happen, though. We've got the healers getting split up now. 1 devoted directly onto the Queen, while the rest are kind of pathing along a little bit further behind. But, uh-oh, they're starting to take some air defense fire there, Carbon.
Oh, they are. They're getting hit there. Hopefully the Super Wizards can move their way to this air defense. There's the Rage, and Balloons are actually protecting these healers brilliantly there. Now he's got to wait. He's got to be a little patient for these logs of the log launcher to open its way all the way across to the Town Hall. He does have 1 jump to give him access to make his way through. Finally, he breaks through these walls. There's the Warden ability to protect the push through the core.
And boy, are they going hard on that interior. Finally not nabbing some big targets up on the top side. Scatter shot goes down to the Barb King, and these big P.E.K.K.A forces are now about to get through the walls. Hasn't yet sent in the jump. There it is. After cracking through one of the outer layers, he'll get 1 P.E.K.K.A onto the multi, while the rest of them are going to go down to the bottom side, Carbon.
Yeah, let's see if he can make his way, but the jump spell isn't connecting this Town Hall. There's a freeze. There's a rage. So the Raw Champ is supposed to make her way closer to the Town Hall with 1 freeze left. The RC says no. She does not even want to do it. So the Queen's going to have to beat through a wall in order to get to this Town Hall.
Oh man, Freeze is out, but this is going to still be really difficult for her to be able to pull off. Just has a Unicorn, no ability to burn. There it is. Well, actually did just burn the ability. I took a look down and it was gone, but he had just used it. Good job on getting that Town Hall. The 2 have been claimed, and he's just got a little bit of work left to do along the outer edge. This looks like a triple, Carbon.
Oh, he's waiting with just under 20 seconds left. The Queen's making her way to this air defense. Ground skeletons are going to slow him down just a little bit. The Wizards and Headhunters coming around. Small bombs pop. The Warden's picking things off. And yes, Fabian of Carnage Gaming comes away with the 3-star to tie this war up. Well done. It was looking a little sketchy there when the jump wasn't connecting towards that Town Hall compartment. Raw Champion moving around, but he got it done.
Sure did. Hats off to you. Congratulations. A 3-3 start for QSFN and Carnage Gaming. Tight as ever in the entry point for this war. Was there ever a moment of doubt there for you, Carbon?
Was a little bit. Well, not gonna lie. When the Raw Champion was dodging the Town Hall, the jump wasn't connecting, but it just shows you the strength. If you continue that push, if you have those P.E.K.K.As get protected with the Warden ability and the healers going to help heal them up there, they can do so much damage, especially tank towards the back side of an attack. Typically, you tend to lose your Super Wizards really early towards the third part of the raid because of the Warden ability. Either it's not used on them or giant bombs or something takes them down, but he was able to continue the push through and, hey, got the 3 stars.
Sure did. Congratulations to him, and that is going to be an even-handed start for QSFN and Carnage Gaming. Not yet bringing in the Super Bowlers, not showing off with the log launchers, but just even-handed, smart, reliable, old-school, safe attacks for those first two. Caetano will be the next one, and he's about the same sort of heat right now with a La Loon strike, but ooh, cracking through with some Rocket Loons. That's a little bit of spice for us.
It is, and he's deciding to go in with the Battle Blimp and going with the Blizzard. We got some small bombs popping, another invisibility spell. So Super Wizards are looking to skip through this town hall. Another invisibility spells come through. We got a bunch of archers through here, and wow, look at those Super Wizards just chain through the clan castle and absolutely shred that, so he doesn't have to use a poison spell, and now he can just easily push his way through towards the scatter shot, and this is looking fantastic start so far from Caetano.
Yeah, that is just a punch right in the gut for Tituan on defense. That Town Hall going down and those three compartments eliminated with the La Loon to follow up. That should have a strike in the bottom left compartment, even with a Sui dive here. Great ice golem popping off and really shutting down the defenses on the left corner. They're taking a lot of fire from these Expos, but with another freeze out there, able to shut off that enemy Archer Queen right as soon as those exclamation points appeared. Caetano might yet do it. That air defense going down would be a brutal prize for him to claim.
It will be. Well, let's see if it will. The air defense, World Champion grabs that, but now can the RC make her way to the middle multi? And yes, even the middle multi-target Inferno goes down. Now the Lalo's starting down south, drops the haste to push these balloons straight into this multi-target Inferno. Down it goes. Here comes the Lalo over on the right side, over the scatter, pushing his way into the Eagle Artillery. Headhunter's looking to take down the enemy RC as he continues his push around the space with one more poison to use on whatever. If he's got air skellies, well, these balloons are looking healthy, but the biggest threat now is that Wizard Tower Grand Warden next to the Eagle Artillery here.
Oh yeah, it is going to be a good one for Caetano. Just about a minute to finish off. He's going to knock apart that last Wizard Tower, and there's no more splash defenses. Great spread on these cleanup troops. Just unfortunate that there's an Archer Tower, difficult to reach along that top corner that they're going to have to path all the way up to go get. But with the cleanup troops on the bottom side there, and even a can I call it a swag poison at this point? Didn't get to use it earlier on. Oh, maybe you can pop it off on these skellies. There you go. Good job, Caetano.
Yeah, there it is. The air skellies go down, but the problem is time. He needs his archer minion up top to help grab the top. Oh, the warden! What? The warden turns around to go help clean up the top side is clutch, but the problem is we have the storages that have so much HP, and that is going to be the defense for Carnage Gaming. Wow. A 98% 2-star. What a nice try there from Caetano. It was looking so good, but just time was not on his side.
Caetano missing, drops the percentage just ever so slightly to 99 overall, and on 5 stars. Oh my goodness, that was really painful to see at the last moment. Missing that triple means that Carnage Gaming now can surge ahead, and that is exactly what they plan to do. A team that's put perfects up so many times, and even in the early war now has an opportunity to strike hard and fast. Oh, it's going to be the risky play with the Hog Riders, but if they are able to dodge these traps, they are super hard to stop. A Battle Blimp in the bottom right compartment to try to get a multi-Inferno down early on. Can they get it out? The Yetis do it!
Oh, he made the Town Hall invisible here for potentially the Queen, but he did take out that multi and lured out the CC, so he rages up this Queen. Poison spell is down, so the Queen should be fine here, pushing through the Ground Expo. We got 26 Hogs. Maybe he wants to send his... Okay, so he's going to super wall break right near... Okay, so the Queen actually does come back around to take the Town Hall on. He doesn't have an invis, so here's the freeze on the Town Hall and the single target Inferno right behind it.
There it goes. Town Hall's down, cracking through and smash the ground. Archer Queen finishes this Inferno Tower as well. The single out of commission. It's just that insulated multi in the center right next to the Eagle Artillery. When are we going to get our hogs in, though? We're a minute through, and I want to see this funneling turn out for a big opportunity for them to strike. Catching another Tesla in the top is good news for Hugo Stiglitz, who doesn't want to have to deal with those out later for these hogs. Both scatter shots still up. Oh no, Giant Bomb kills the Queen!
Oh man, that Queen going down is going to be devastating because you want a Queen to stay alive as long as possible to help grab all that value. But now, the 26 Hog Riders need to come in, and he's got 2 scatter shots. The Eagle Artillery up all the Expos. And this is a hog attacker's nightmare. So much stuff still up. It's going to lock onto these hogs. He's splitting around. He's going to drop the Warden, the RC, but these hogs are going to take a massive amount of damage from Giant Bombs, from the Scatter, from the Queen, from the Eagle Artillery, and even a multi. And the King is even still alive. Oh, no.
He did save one of those headhunters to try to maybe drop in the King later on, but they're actually going to be able to get the Queen early and be able to pat down and finish that second one off. The Eternal Tone goes off, and that's right in time to need it. But oh no! Tornado Trap right in the core is going to start spinning these hogs around and giving them too much trouble to finish off these big splash damage targets. Eagle Artillery, meanwhile, has just been raining down hellfire from above, and the hogs are dead.
Yeah, those hogs stood no chance against all the remaining defenses there. So this is looking like a 2-star. So the war will be all tied up on stars, but the percentage is going to be in QSFN's favor with their previous deck. They're standing at a 99% average destruction there because the previous deck that they had was the 98. So close to the triple. And this one is a really good defense for Giovanni of QSFN. Hugo Stiglitz, unfortunately, that Queen going probably the wrong way. Probably didn't want to push that Queen to the Town Hall. Probably want to loop her around. That's why maybe he made the Town Hall invisible to kind of see. But the Queen decided she wanted to go back. He tried to adapt on the fly, but just was not in. Did not get that 3-star. So it's all tied up on stars. The percentage in favor of QSFN.
Yeah, finally, someone can stop Carnage Gaming. They are going to get a big roadblock now set up right in front of them where they were hoping to be able to power through. They nonetheless now are going to be falling back. QSFN can breathe a sigh of relief because even missing the triple, now they are ahead pretty confidently on percentage out of the first 2 attacks now devoted. It was a risky play with these hogs, and I'm wondering what was going through the minds of the planners over at Carnage Gaming to try to make that one happen rather than going for something a bit more even keel, Carbon.
Well, I would say he thought he could get some really nice value from his Queen charge. He probably didn't expect the Queen to go into the Town Hall, so by her going the wrong way, completely messed up the plan. So he had to adapt on the fly, because as you saw, the hogs would have had to go through way too many defenses for that attack for Hugo Stiglitz. But now, can Diz of Carnage Gaming hold the defense for them? But Giovanni's coming in with the Zap Allow, taking out the Inferno Tower, taking out all this area right around behind the Town Hall. So he should be able to secure the Town Hall no problem before even luring out the CC anytime soon with a double poison spell to help clear it.
Archer Queen on the left corner has just got a unicorn to help her out, trying to clear out a big chunk of the base, and I'm surprised that he's been able to do so much work on the interior there and still is pushing that same angle with the Archer Queen. This is really going to carve the pathing beautifully for this La Lune to follow up. Vulnerable air defense on the outer edge for a King to go grab there. Try to get some protection with the Ice Golem, but it looks like actually it's just going to survive a bit longer than Giovanni may have hoped. And instead, with this poison needing to come out now for the CC, there is not going to be much of a freeze to support these heroes until late in this stage.
Yeah, with that double poison, able to clear that CC relatively easily, especially dropping the second poison. Take down the super minion, skips across, makes her invisible. Down goes that core multi-target Inferno, and even the sweeper. And this is looking really good so far.
Oh, yeah, it is. Giovanni is going to be punching down the bottom corner now. All the loons, actually, hold on, still holding on to a dozen of them for the final edge.
Oh,
All
yeah.
of them going
And Stone
really
Slammer.
well, though, even though... What?
The Stone Slammer just got deployed over the Eagle. Oh, my. Look at that.
This is looking overpowered. Giovanni!
Beautiful job with the balloons pathing their way straight over to the Eagle now with over a minute left in the raid. The Eagle Artillery tries to lock on these balloons, but it can't do anything. They get within the range, and it is a crushing attack. Absolutely gorgeous here. That double poison spell makes easy work of the archers and the super minions from the clan castle. Even has a giant and a leftover balloon there with so many balloons moving their way around, and he manually pops that Stone Slammer because at that point he didn't even need to, and Giovanni of QSFN come away with a gorgeous triple here.
Congrats to you, QSFN, back in the saddle, hopping up and riding forward now with another triple. They are not just ahead on percentage, but also getting a clear star pickup. Carnage Gaming need that triple just to stay a little bit behind them. Otherwise, they have missed the stagecoach, and they're going to have to catch the train to reach QSFN with two big triples on their last ones. I'm really liking the way that this war is shaping up. We are finally going to see an undefeated Titan fall either way. QSFN or Carnage Gaming. I'm thinking I'm starting to lean more toward QSFN getting the victory.
QSFN is looking really strong. They're getting ready for a World Championship run here at the Clash of Clans. So these teams know each other very well. They've played each other in other competitions, and they're even getting ready to potentially take them on in the future esports scene. So here we go. The next answer from Carnage Gaming with 14 Sneaky Goblins is a little bit of a Dragon Rider bat spell attack. Wants to take out this Town Hall. We've seen it happen before, where you drop your Sneakies to take a Town Hall down, and then they take a weird angle and pull the Giant Bomb, and you lose all of them. He has to be very careful. There's a Tornado. There's a Small Bombs. There's Giant Bombs. There's one more Sneaky Goblin. Try to be sure, and then he should hopefully be safe at taking this Town Hall down. Oh, no, he missed.
Oh no, has to drop a second invis,
second
and
one.
It was just barely in time.
Oh, just in time there, Woody.
Queen along the bottom now, no healers to help her out. This is not going to be a charge. Instead, she's going to have to deal with these skellies. Just having an ice golem to get the freeze out in front. The further it can go, the better. It does catch the Queen and the Grand Warden and the Eagle Artillery as well, even though it's not activated yet. Log Launcher rolling on through is going to give a second point of entry for this bottom wall section here. It's going a little bit slow out there, but this is going to potentially be some massive striking power with an Eagle going down now, and the Eternal Tome popped by this Grand Warden. Even without a big army, he's just forcing his way straight down through with these heroes, and it's working.
It is the log launcher. Look at these logs skipping through. And they, unfortunately, don't take out that multi. The Queen, where are you going? You're supposed to make your way to the middle of the base. The Yeti should reroute. No, the King beats through the wall, which causes them not to go to the core multi-tower Inferno. Oh, the unfortunate there. Now the Headhunter locks onto the Lava Hound. The Warden actually goes to the Hound as well with the Owl. He's got the bat spells to use, but the problem is the multi-target Inferno is standing right there, and hopefully they do finally path in. Yes, one shot. Finally, the Warden grabs it.
Nice claim, taking that off. Is going to give these troops a little bit of breathing room. They are going to lose that life war right now, but these Dragon Riders pathing into the interior need those bats to support nice and quick. Otherwise, that single target Inferno is going to be dust to dust for them. Yeti might top back off, and even with a little bit of build and repair, I don't think that single target can stand much longer. The freeze is out, and with a second one ready to toss down at any moment, Tituan has done it. Dragon Rider bat onto the very final edge and finish this off with plenty of time to spare.
Brilliant job there with the Queen ability still in the bag. Does just pop it here. The Owl trying to finish off this Archer Tower, and yes, down it goes, and we've got ourselves an answer from Carnage Gaming. It's going to be all tied up on stars again to keep Carnage Gaming right there. It still could go either way in this war.
Sure could, Carvin. Exciting next steps for both of them. Big pickups on both sides and narrowing that percentage lead that QSFN has now. It is nevertheless even bigger later on in the war to have a 99.3%. Very tough for Carnage to overcome that. And with QSFN showing that they have got later stage hitters that are just as strong as those that come out to begin with. This is still anyone's game, but QSFN, the needle tilting closer and closer toward their side of the battlefield, looking to secure and lock away not just first place, but a confident finish for that $1,500 prize up for grabs.
Yeah, a lot of money still up for grabs in this qualifiers. Like you said, $1,500. So they're focused. They're still trying to win this war. And Carnage Gaming, yeah, they know they can't get that playoff spot with a victory here, which means they will have to play in the last chance qualifiers for the Clash Masters, which will be next week. And anyone watching at home can sign up their team to try to compete in the last chance qualifiers as well. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Make sure you follow over the Clash Masters Twitter and join their Discord server. But here we go with Loop Zero with the double skeleton spell up top into the scatter shot. Moving his way closer to the multi-target Inferno. Drops a queen. She's going to make her way towards this town hall. There's a giant bomb popping. The king can get some nice value. Let's see what his heroes can get. But the biggest threat I'm seeing is going to be that multi that's standing right into the middle. We got a couple more multis on the Eagle Artillery on the far left side over there.
Yeah, Loop Zero is going to let him sneak on all the way through. That's an easy job for the Archer Queen under Invis to be able to pop. Oh, no, actually ability goes out, and that's going to trigger the tornado drop. A little bit scary there for that moment. But although they were invisible, that gave Loop Zero another half a second to respond and figure out what he wanted to do about these troops that are coming out of the CC. Although, okay, he's got one more poison. I was a little bit worried there, but he will be able to get that drop down and is using the Stone Slammer for bait to keep them anchored to make sure that they go down to the poison. It is sacrificing a Stone Slammer, but probably worth it in the end. He does have to worry about these rocket loons now, which I guess are going to be pathing over toward maybe a hero?
Well, they're pathing over to the headhunters there. So we've got the balloons pathing straight into this multi-target in front of. We got Tesla's popping, drops a rage right over this multi. It gets pushed back a little bit from that sweeper. We've got a freeze up top. These balloons have split off, moving around. Can they path to the multi-target Inferno? Looks like they're not going to be able to take that down, but he needs... No! The single-target Inferno picks the Warden of all things here.
Oh, no. Very tricky spot here for Loop Zero to try to get back in, but taking the Warden down... Oh, man, a multi-Inferno is just going to rip these balloons to shreds.
Ooh.
To shreds, I say.
Yeah, the multi-target Inferno does way too much damage, and unfortunately, he didn't have a Warden ability or anything to protect through that compartment, through that area, and I said it. That was the thing I was going to be most worried about, was that multi-target Inferno, and indeed, that is what took all these balloons down. And Loop Zero is going to fall short for QSFN. So if Carnage Gaming comes away with a 3-star their next attack, they will take the lead. Because they are down a percentage, they need that triple and potentially 2 triples to close out this war.
Yes, they do, but QSFN have finally given them another little bit of a shot in the arm. The percentage is just so oppressive here at 97 on a 2-star.
Wow.
It's not looking like Carnage are going to be able to get the victory on that tie. Instead, they will have to go back-to-back on these triples, or else hope that they can once again hold off QSFN, a squad that has just been on fire with defense, but maybe they aren't the unstoppable force that I thought they were after all.
Well, we're going to have to see. Indeed, these final set of attacks coming in, the war is shaping out to be a fantastic finish. If Carnage Gaming triples out, they win. They take it home. They secure their fate. But if they don't, they're leaving the door open for QSFN to make that victory, because it comes down to this attack for Carnage. A triple, you have the lead. If you don't 3-star, and then QSFN triple their final attack, they will secure first. They will win the war. So really, this attack has huge implications in the war here.
Sure does, Carbon, and I am excited to see how we finish off. Carnage Gaming has been so incredibly powerful in the past 3 wars against Bangladesh, Nishang Dance, and NY Amazing. They've put it up, average 14 stars. So what is happening now that with 2 attacks left, 14 is the best that they can hope for? QSFN's defenses have really been incredibly strong and surprising even.
Yeah, we're going to have to take a look with this king. Will the defense for Katano step up? It's like you said, it's been strong, but is it strong enough with that king, the queen? The king's ability, finding a Tesla farm, giant bombs. So taking out a Tesla farm nice and early is really nice, but let's see if the queen can continue her push through. The RC's ability goes off, and she takes down this multi-target Inferno. Now that is some nice value. The queen's got her ability, pops it. Luckily, the Grand Warden did not take her down, so the can push forward is looking strong. The enemy Grand Warden is going to go down to the queen. Yes! Brilliant job. Now here comes the Lalo straight over this Eagle artillery, and nothing looks to be coming out of this clan castle, so it looks to be like a triple Ice Golem CC in there.
3 of them is going to be good news for Dish, who can basically counterfeit that entire clan castle. Doesn't even have to use this poison, and can refocus his attention instead to keeping these loons up, safe, alive, happy, and healthy, with 2 single target Infernos in the middle and no big target for them to fire upon. It looks like Dish is going to get it done with aplomb, clearly far and ahead of the competition. Finally seeing those Ice Golems coming on out now to try to combat these headhunters on the floor, but this one is looking very, very good for Dish.
Very nice attack. Plenty of balloons left. The Dragon Rider finding a bunch of traps through this section, but he's got an extra freeze, a lightning spell. He doesn't have to worry about it, and it will be a 3-star with just about a minute left in the raid. So now this is clutch for Carnage. If QSFN triple, then we're going to have to see a 3-star again from Carnage Gaming. The final minions and pups going over to the Ice Golem down there, freezes it in place, and the army camp goes down, and a beautiful 3-star here to now give them the lead by 1 star, but they're still down on the percentage game against QSFN here, Woody.
Well, hey, who cares about percentages if you can keep those triples up? QSFN
Indeed
have got a lot to be afraid of. They need a triple out on their final one, just at this point to kind of hope to continue that possibility of winning on percentage. With that 3-star though, Carnage Gaming not only are going to take the star lead, but now have got, just assuming a coin flip on the next 2 attacks, which I know we shouldn't do, but if QSFN have got a 50-50 chance of getting a 2-star or a 3-star, and we could say the same thing about Carnage Gaming, that means that we now have a 75% chance that Carnage Gaming take the lead. If both of them 2-star, Carnage Gaming is ahead. If both of them 3-star, Carnage Gaming gets the star lead. It's really only if QSFN get the triple and then Carnage get a 2-star that doesn't let them advance onward. QSFN have got to be terrified about going first now on the final salvo of attacks.
Yeah, this is the pressure now, and that's the thing. Carnage Gaming coming in with the very final attack. They know exactly what they have to do, and can they defend against the powerhouses so far of QSFN coming through, taking down the fierce competition? And there's been so many amazing clans at this point making it into the Clash Masters. Top teams competing for their share of the $20,000 prize pool for the season 2 here. We had an incredible season 1. We've seen so much stuff going down, and now this is the 3rd qualifiers here for the Clash Masters. Trying to get those points just to help with the seeding a little bit. We already know the playoff teams that will be playing in several weeks from now, but P. Castro of QSFN is saying, hey, Queen Charge Hog Riders is the play. We've seen Queen Charge Hogs. When you lose that queen, the attack goes down south so fast. And that's one of the attacks and reasons why Carnage Gaming is so low on percentage. It's because they tried to come with the Queen Jar target attack earlier. That got a very low percent, but let's see if Picastro says this is the right plan for the base.
Rage up that queen charge in bottom corner for that town hall, and it's a lightning quick start. But can they stay topped off with somebody point defense is firing away? Ooh. Yes, they can. Queen's going to get an archer charge up through the gut and a balloon out in front to keep safe. Uh-oh. Was that a double drop? Oh. No, it was an invis and then a rage. Okay, it's still going to face off against a lot of headhunters now that got retargeted onto the healers in the backside, taking a little bit of extra damage for the team there, but that queen is still looking happy and really great out in front, taking out an enemy lava hound, and with that poison spell now, even if these healers take a little bit more chip, nope, it's not going to be on the ones that have taken the most damage. Unicorn down there on the floor takes a little bit as well, but Pete Castro's shove at the beginning is looking amazing, Carbon.
It's looking fantastic so far. It even sets up a perfect pathing for the Stone Slammer to move in towards the multi-target Inferno. The scatter shot does lock on. The King's ability is actually going to take out the enemy RC, so that's looking so good so far. And this Stone Slammer makes it into the compartment of the scatter shot. So Hog Riders go straight to the scatter to help take that down. And the Queen is continuing her push to the top side.
Yes, she is, and boy, is that a powerful move here for Pete Castro, who needs this triple or they are gonna be out. These poor healers are taking a bit too much fire, but I guess the charge has already done what it needs to do on that compartment. Kind of wish that we could have seen a little bit more with an enemy queen still firing away up on the top side. Hold on, what's going to take her out? It's Lassie who goes for the jugular. A shot on the top lane for this royal champion to get the scatter down, but where's the rest of the army? It's just falling apart, Carbon.
Wow, unfortunate. Queen does have her ability with one free spell to use. The scatter shot is a huge threat. The owl is chaining on to take the scatter shot down. Wait a second. With the queen ability still in attack, the wizards are down south clutching up the bottom storage. He might just be able to take this one, Woody, still.
Finalize, Pete Castro, get in there. We have no time left to lose. Just a multi-target Inferno. Tosses out the final freeze. The archer ability is go on in, charge.
Well done. Pete Castro of QSFN comes away with the 3-star, meaning that Carnage Gaming will have to triple this next attack to win this war because they are down. Look at that percentage, 99%, 13-star war for QSFN. That means both their fails were so close from even getting that perfect, but Carnage can finish with a 14-star performance. And yeah, they will lose on percentage, but that's not going to matter as long as you are in the advantage of the stars, and that is what Carnage is looking to do right here.
Yes, they are, Carbon. A 2-star not good enough, but a 3-star guarantees. This is a really tricky spot to be behind in percentage, but with a chance to lead, it is all in their hands. QSFN have done a fantastic job with 13 stars and 99%. They were ever so tightly, narrowly missing that perfect war. But as we are now down to the end, it all comes down to this. The last strike for first place in the second season of Clash Masters. The last playoffs, $1,500. Viking onward!
Viking bringing that queen charge dragon rider. You 3-star, you win. You 2, you lose. $1,500 on the line. What is the plan with this queen? Raging her up through the enemy queen, looking to send another wall breaker to continue this queen charge maybe towards the town hall. Doesn't have a jump spell, so he's going to rely on this king to take out this multi-target Inferno, and hopefully the wall breakers will target the right wall. Getting under quite a bit of fire here. There's the wizard, and he wall breaks over to the air defense. Since it's connecting the corner, he knows that will actually open up the compartment towards the town hall now.
Yes, it will, and that is going to be an even better start for Viking that he could have hoped for. Great pathing for these healers. Unfortunately, getting shoved around by the air sweeper, but with an invis and rage, she'll be staying topped off and take down those CC troops. Did miss a goblin on the floor there, which is harassing the
Ow.
unicorn, but freezes out now, Carbon.
Oh man, that Eagle Artillery just raining fire down the healers, and the healers are gone. The Queen's dead. She can't survive this. Oh, she does just barely, but she can't even get that Town Hall, and things are going bad, and he knows that he has the 3 or nothing. If it's a 1-star, it doesn't matter at this point, so it all comes down to these Dragon Riders with the World Champion. It even has the blimp to probably send into the middle multi-target Inferno. Here we go. Good luck to Viking.
Can he do it? The question on everyone's mind. The final shot from above. 1 minute remains in this struggle, and no stars yet on the board. It is gonna be a nail-biter conclusion as the battle blimp soaring forth catches that big Tesla farm out in the bottom right. Could be a tricky fight, even if they take this Town Hall down. First star at 50%, second star with the Town Hall. Spread out and finish it out. It's just clean up now.
It is indeed. His World Champion's continuing to push. Doesn't have our ability anymore. Has another Rage and a Freeze. Uses it on the Tesla farm down south. But what a brilliant Warden ability earlier to really protect these Dragon Riders and that Royal Champion. And there it is, only 24 seconds, so the issue may just be time. The Clan Castle, I don't know how much health it has, but it won't be going down anytime soon. And the Grand Warden stuck on these stores on the outside, and to think that the Queen falls short of not getting that Town Hall down, that he finishes with a time fail for Carnage Gaming, and they are not going to win on percentage, and that is going to be a 13-13 war. But QSFN, congratulations. They hold off that final attack, and they win the third qualifiers here in the Clash Masters. We're taking a look at the percentage. 99.0 to a 94.2. What a beautiful performance from QSFN.
I personally love to see the defenses on the final 10th attack be the decisive one. I'm happy for QSFN because I know how often you are in that last spot needing to hold up, and everyone's out there rooting for the attackers. They're hoping for fireworks to fly and big dragons to just breathe destruction everywhere. But as someone who spends a lot of time working on base design and hoping that, you know, where there's nothing else that you can really do besides just let your work out there and see if the base can get the job done, QSFN have got even more reason to be proud of their performance here as the leading force here at the outset, having to start this war, and then seeing Carnage Gaming respond time and again, just inching ever closer, but not able to come in over the top. QSFN have really amazed me today, taking first place in Clash Masters third playoffs, and also going to have the first spot on the leaderboard, Carbon.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the bracket here and where it all finished off. QSFN winning this qualifier, the third qualifier here, taking home $1,500 for first place here, which means they'll also be making the playoffs as well. They were already guaranteed here, but look at that. So QSFN first place, Carnage Gaming second place, NY Amazing third, and Space Station in fourth place for this week. Now, this is going to influence the leaderboard. Let's go and take a look at the current standings and who made the playoffs, since we have the final result. And there it is. QSFN in first, Space Station in second, Headgear Middle in third, and NY Amazing 1 point ahead of NGT Legends, coming away with 4. So those 4 teams that you see on the left side with the yellow highlight will be making it to the playoffs for the Clash Masters in several weeks from now. All the teams on the right and every other team watching at home, you guys will have to be competing next week in the last chance qualifiers for the Clash Masters. If you've come in the top 4 for the last chance qualifiers, you make it to the playoffs.
Right, you are, Carbon. What an adventure it has been to watch these past 3 qualifiers, and a pleasure to be able to cast them. An honor to watch this second playoffs shaping up, and we are starting to see somewhat similar of a story from Season 1 with ascendant teams from well-recognized esports orgs right there alongside other squads like Carnage Gaming, which are making stabs toward the top. And although they didn't summit that path this time around, at least they know that even if they had gotten first place, it wouldn't have been a lock-away spot in the playoffs. This just means that the last chance qualifier is going to be even more intense, with alternate attacks still out there in the field. Tomp and Empire waiting for their chance to get that spot as well. And now Carnage Gaming, second place on a narrow finish, also looking toward the last chance qualifier coming up soon for their chance to get to the playoffs, where half of that $20,000 prize is going to be given away.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for that. Last chance qualifier is coming up next week. It's going to be an incredible action. We're going to be breaking it down, bringing you guys all of it, and make sure you guys sign up to try to compete to earn your spot into the playoffs. But that is going to be wrapping up this week's Clash Masters qualifiers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.